Momentum towards the playoffs. The NFL opens training camp to get ready for a new season. Yes, summertime is the best time of the year. Stay up to date with everything summertime has to offer on your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook, but that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
Come to Summit Male Medical Center to take control of your love life and your health. A recent investigation of men with low testosterone showed more than half were diagnosed with depression. That's depressing. 89% of the men in that study had erectile dysfunction. 69% had a low sex drive. Now that is really depressing, but it doesn't have to be that way. Come let Summit Male Medical Center put a smile on your face and your spouse's. Call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Come see our all-male medical staff, the most experienced and knowledgeable staff that deals with ED, PE, and low T that you'll find anywhere. We've been in the Valley since 2008, and we've helped tens of thousands of guys and indirectly their loved ones achieve happiness with a healthier life and the newfound ability to rekindle their love life. Don't wait or hesitate. Come get a smile on your face. Get happy. Call Summit Male Medical Center, 480-398-1000, or go to summitmalemedical.com. Kiss the blues away.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's now 3 o'clock. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. This is the Daily Blender. Yes, I refuse to speak until 3. So even though we cut away 30 seconds early, it's in my contract. Unless Radio Run backs a Brinks truck up to my house and gives me more money, I only do 3 hours in a row. There has been talk that there may be some special Daily Blender action later in July. I'm against it. But it's a power play. I don't know if I'll win that, but I ain't going to explain that until we know what the hell's actually going on. But right now, here we are. Randy, there you are. Randy White. Then we got Phil. Yeah. There he is. Yeah. We're all in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the Summit Male Medical text line, 888-368-1580. Randy, what's with the face?
I was told on Twitter that I don't smile enough when I'm on the camera, so I'm smiling.
Yeah, that's grimacing. That does not look like somebody who's smiling. That's actually disturbing. Well,
is that better?
Now you look like the sun is in your eye and you've just been stung by a bee. Maybe
the hell with it. You know what? Love me for who I am.
Yeah, whoever it is that said that about you on Twitter not smiling. Who said that on Twitter about you not smiling?
I don't even know. I just saw it. It was in that, what do you call that, where you're always swishing through all the pages and all the, Twitter stuff. I saw it. You never smile.
Okay.
Why don't you ever smile?
Yeah. Sometimes what happens is we're preparing for the show and you only see on the Twitter or the Facebook the little preview thing, but we're getting ready for the show. We're not actually doing the show when that happens. You look like right now. You just look like you're walking through freezing rain and wind.
Huh? Yeah, that's a smile. I
don't think that's really helping your cause, Randy. You probably should just look as normal as you can pull off. That's what you should go for.
All right. Oh, there it is.
All right. Well, don't care.
You're-
Listen, nobody cares about what anybody thinks, and neither should you. In fact, Christopher Walken said, if you had any idea how fast they forget you when you die, you would not spend any amount of time caring about what people think now.
I thought he said more
Yes.
cowbell.
He said both.
Yeah, I thought more cowbell.
Was that Ozzy Osbourne trying to do Christopher Walken? Is that?
No, that was my horrible attempt at Christopher Walken. Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure some things out. One, why did this show start 30 seconds early? Two,
very important.
Two, what the hell is SOL talking about on the text line? When I first saw it, my first question, Randy, was, did Kenny Rogers die again?
Again, being the key
No.
word there.
Because here's what it is.
According to what we can see, no, he didn't die. No.
SOL says you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You got to count your money sitting at the table. No, it says you never count your money sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for the counting when the dealing's done. So
when the dealing's done.
What's this all about? What are you talking about, SOL?
Maybe it was a song that came across his radio. You know, maybe it was tickling his speakers as he was driving down the highway. Maybe on a lonesome highway road somewhere, pondering the thoughts and the actions of his life, and just was moving along, just hanging out in the old world of
Phil. You're not helping, Phil. You're just distracting Randy from his thought process.
Yes, going along, rolling down the highway, the old 2-lane think tank.
Wait, did SOL die? Why are we playing this music?
No, I don't. Maybe it just maybe it tickled his cones there. Yeah, tickled the cones in the old stereo
illegal
system.
when you're in public.
And well, especially when you're driving.
Yeah.
And he was just pondering life.
If it's not
You've got
illegal,
to know when to hold them.
if it's not
You've got to
illegal,
know
it's
when to
frowned
fold
upon.
them.
At least I know that one.
Oh,
SOL
okay. All right.
finally ran out of luck.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, does it matter if Phil gets the tattoo or not? He got it in a bet, not because he's a loyal fan. There's a reason Phil's not welcome back to the Suns. It's like being with your girlfriend. You're together, you're happy. She sees another guy. She's a little bit more, look at him. He's more successful. So she decides to go be with that guy. He's a little more better looking guy, maybe a little more successful. Would you want her to come back after that? If she decided to come back? No, you wouldn't want her after that sort of thing. And so Phil is not welcome back to the Suns country. That's right. Phoenix Suns country doesn't want somebody who cheated on us. And guess what, Phil? You're always going to be labeled as a cheater.
Well, does it help that I wouldn't have enjoyed my time away? I mean, it's one thing to cheat. It's another thing to go away and then realize that you got various diseases and to find out that you got dumped at your job and everything else. And so you really did not enjoy your time away. Does it matter about that?
So what you're trying to say, you got STDs from the Lakers?
I'm saying if I lose, I will have gotten STDs from the Lakers.
I see.
Huh. Well, I think he's putting the Suns moniker on there as punishment, as punishment for his leaving the team, hanging the team out to dry. But there's a lot of basketball to play. There's no tattoo, machines that are starting up right now. So yeah, there's plenty of time to go here.
SOL says, do you guys even read the news? NFL gambling starts beginning of the season. So that's the song you lead with, is about the gambler and the cards, and he's just trying to give you good advice on gambling. That doesn't really say anything about the fact that NFL gambling, all gambling is pretty much starting up. The state of Arizona is legalizing the gambling, so that's happening. And then you got all the I think the entire country is going to go gamble crazy here pretty soon. Everything you can gamble on anything and everything soon.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen here. People are going to be throwing money hand over fist at these games.
Helaman Mike says, burn in hell, Lakers. Shut the hell up, Phil. It's my firm belief that tonight will show that game one was not some sort of an anomaly, but an indicator that the Suns are a superior team to the Fakers.
Look, it ain't a series until the home team loses. They're not supposed to lose this game, but I believe they will.
I can't really predict anything on this because I want the Suns to win.
Way to go out on a limb.
No, let me explain. We saw what we saw the first game, but I don't want to hear it from you, but I'm still over here thinking, was that the Suns winning or the Lakers losing? Because the Lakers did not look like their normal selves. And if they don't look like their normal selves, is that really a fair indication of the best of what you're going to get from the Lakers when they get good and mad, which I think they are now, and they're ready to come out and play like crazy people. So the Suns, as much as they rose to the occasion in game one, they're going to have to raise their game up even higher against the Lakers in game two.
I think Chris Paul being injured, or at least having been injured in the previous game, is certainly something I will be mostly looking at, because whether or not that alone will be a great indicator of how this series will go. If he remains to be healthy and go through all of his normal range of motions, can do the things he needs to do to be the great point guard that he is, an MVP caliber type point guard. If he can do all that, this is still a series. If not, it's over. It's over just on that alone.
Well, again, it's a series, so even on that one game,
but it will be boom, 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 boom. Lakers win.
There's gonna be no boom, boom.
Oh,
boom,
there will
boom.
be lots of boom booms out there on the floor. Boom booms help.
Boom boom.
Yeah, boom boom here, got boom boom there, boom 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 everywhere.
Ooh.
Napa Bob thinks he has a problem. Napa Bob says, okay, I'm dropping out of the tech scene for a while as my comments are getting more off the wall, as if some strange compulsion is hitting me. You have a stash of good regulars with good comments, so I'll continue to listen to the show, and you keep giving them hell, Phil.
Thank you, Napa Bob. Thank you, Napa Bob.
And as you go, here you are, my friend, a shot of our very finest for you.
I've never heard anybody announce that they were dropping off the text line for a while. That is an absolute new thing to the Daily Blender.
Well, we did find out that Napa Bob is on the older side. And so we know that, and I'm glad that he did not take the route of bad grandpa or textures of years
said
past.
Goodbye.
Yes, and say goodbye, so that way we aren't worried about him.
Napa Bob, we'll see you on MySpace. 888-368-1580. Just the tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. No one to hold them. I have that down. Fold them? I'm not sure I do. Do you mean like that scene from Something About Mary when the beans ended up on top of the Frank there? If so, no thank you.
What?
Really kind of lost the plot on that one. Unnamed texter says, as an anti-Suns fan, listening to the Mangina boast about her team the past 2 days, all I can say is, go Lakers. Who's Mangina?
It might be me. Might be me.
He says that they're an anti-Suns fan. I am confused. But no, I'm not going to read that for you. Heavy Metal Maniac says, Reddy smiles all the time, especially when he belly chuckles all the time like he does. I have no idea what that meant. You guys need to get
that must have been Randy smiles when he belly chuckles. That's what it was. That's what it was, Jeffco.
Well, if Randy finds something funny, he laughs. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He doesn't find you funny at all. Boogie says, when my comments start getting weird, I actually tend to text more. That is true. That's
amen.
actually the way we like it.
We can attest to that.
The Berg says, go Suns, and Boomer Sooner says, shut the hell up, Phil.
Didn't see it coming.
Who has a speaker on? I keep hearing myself coming back. Like somebody have a speaker on in there.
I hear that as well.
Oh, Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender. It's a beautiful day in Phoenix. Jeffrey, can I get a cold beer? And I hope I'm the first texter today. You are not even close. But we can definitely get you a cold beer, my friend. 888-368-1580. So tonight, the Suns are going to show us who they are or who they're not. Again, it's one game at a time. If they'd lost the first game, I wasn't going to get all depressed and sad. But they won the first game, which I'm very happy about. So now, let's just see what happens. I think that they'll come with the same energy. I think they'll come with the same defense. I think they'll come with the same effort. But will it be enough against LeBron and AD if they're at their best with that Lakers team? I honestly don't have the answer.
I think it's all about what kind of adjustments both teams make. Monty can't expect the Suns to go out there and not make any adjustments to try to prohibit the Lakers from picking up on their weaknesses. So I'm sure the Suns have talked about it. I know the Lakers have talked about it, and I'm sure that these teams are going to come out swinging hard. So we'll have to see. I hope the Suns are just very competitive and show that same energy they had in game one. If they can keep that going, I think the sky is the limit for this team right now.
If they are pestering AD and LeBron and a little weird bald guy who looks like a Make-A-Wish. If they're in their faces, if they are constantly harassing them, I
Yeah.
do. I like the Suns' chances when they're playing good defense. I am hopeful. Of course, I'm rooting for them. I just can't honestly tell you. I know exactly how this game is going to go. Last night, Phil would have thought it gone the other way. Phil was pretty big and high on the Portland Trailblazers, and they got their collective asses handed to them by the Denver Nuggets.
Yes, they did. And Dame had himself a game, ending the game with a shload of threes, having a metric shload. Not enough, no. But look,
Eight 3-pointers. He had right there before the halftime, and then he had 9 from 16 overall.
Look, it's the Portland Trailblazers did what they needed to accomplish. It's like in the NFL. What's your first goal of going into any NFL season? You want to win your own division. That means a lot. So when the Portland Trailblazers look at the series, they have 2 games away. They got to win one. They chose their one at game 1. They rested up for the next one. I think the Portland Trailblazers.
Where are you going to be if the Suns win tonight and the Lakers are down by 2? Where is your head going to be then? It's over for you? Or are you going to say
it's not over?
It's not even over if it's 3? If the Suns have 3 wins against the Lakers, you're still going to say, we're good.
No,
we can win all the rest of them.
3 wins. I will go down. I am prepared to go down with the ship like a gentleman, Jeffrey. I am prepared to go down like on the Titanic.
Yeah.
Those men. I will be playing the cello. It's a solo alone on the ship.
I have no doubt that you are willing to go down. But this is really not what we're talking about right now. 888-368-1580. ASO says, I think a bet is in order between you guys. It's the only real way to put up or shut up. Who's the real fan? Yeah, ASO, maybe you've missed this, but there is a bet.
There is a bet, absolutely.
So here is the bet that is on the table, ASO. And if the Lakers win, I have to wear a Speedo for the day.
A Lakers Speedo.
A Lakers Speedo. Now, I don't have to show you guys that. My wife will verify the authenticity of my performance. But I will show a picture of what it looks like before I do it. And that is only if the Lakers win. If the Suns win, even better, Phil has to get a Suns logo tattoo on his shoulder. Do you say left or right?
I say my left.
So that's the bet, ASO. We have put up, but yet he's never going to shut up.
Yeah.
But it's still a bet.
That's an unfair bet right there to shut up, but it's impossible, really.
Yeah, if I thought that we could have got you to shut up even with a bet, we might have tried it.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, no, that was in reference to the person on Twitter who said that Randy never smiles. Oh, yeah, we deciphered it there. For a second.
Thank you very much.
Heelman Mike says, since Labaldi Baby came back from his last ankle tweak, he hasn't dunked it even once. That dude is a shell right now. That is an interesting thing. Either the LeBron is a big faker or he actually is beat up and is starting to fall apart before our eyes. Which is it, Phil?
Which is, geez Louise. I think he actually is injured. We'll
little
see.
Both? Maybe a little both?
No. I mean, he's aging just as anybody is, but we saw his form before he got injured, and he was still in prime MVP caliber level. I think that he was absolutely every bit the part of the LeBron that we had expected of old. And I think going forward, we can just hope that eventually his body recovers to a point where he can get there. I think right now we haven't seen a LeBron James game. We haven't seen an Anthony Davis game. Let's see how the team responds on when one of those 2 stars go absolutely nuclear. Let's see how the Phoenix Suns can respond to that.
Educated sports dude says Suns will win tonight. Shut your yap, Phil. Also, any more news on the Daily Blender Drunken Family Carnival? Okay, first off, it'll be a drunken kids carnival because we wouldn't do that.
No family.
And I forgot to talk to Radio Ron about the idea. So we'll have a conversation with him. But
I want to man the corn dog station.
Because you want to, you are not allowed because there's something up with that request. Something that would not be good. So anyway, Jokic getting 38 and beating the Trailblazers by a lot. That was a surprise to me, actually. I mean, I know the Denver Nuggets are good.
Well, they're the higher seed.
I really felt like the Blazers would have handled them a little bit better than that. That score is troublesome for the Trailblazers.
Look, this is probably this and the New York Knicks and Atlanta Hawks series are two of the most divided series where people have differing opinions. And depending on who you ask, they'll find a real edge on one of the two. Those are probably going to be one of, if not the longest series in the entire first round of the NBA playoffs. And it's because both teams match up well against each other. They both have similar parts and counterparts to help adequately combat what each side's trying to do. And on top of all that, the coaching is going to be stellar. So it's not going to surprise me if you get a blowout here in one game. Portland Trailblazers will probably blow them out in one of the home games that they have coming up on one of the two. Like I said, Portland got what their mission accomplished, got one of the games. Now let's go home and retake home field advantage.
All right, so the over-under on Lakers versus Suns, 210. I'm going to say under. I'm going to go with the under.
Say under 210?
Well, because here's why. One of the things that the Lakers have to do, they got to get their offense back, but they also got to step up on their defense. And I think what you're going to find is two teams hitting each other hard, playing tough defense. So I feel like the score is going to be similar to what it was the other night. So I would go ahead and take the under and feel pretty safe about it, because at 210, even if both teams score within 105 range, you're still in an under situation. So I would take the under. What do you say, Randy?
But don't you expect Anthony Davis and LeBron James to rebound off the first game, no pun intended, and have a higher scoring game? I mean, they only scored combined 31 points. I would imagine that both of those guys are going to be central figures in the scoring effort for the Los Angeles Lakers.
But when that happens, the points go away from some of the other players, and the linchpin of any adjustment that the Lakers make is going to be defensive, and is going to be to shut down Devin Booker, which then opens up the floor for other people. So every adjustment they make, I feel like as long as the Suns are playing that same kind of tough defense, it's going to, I think it'll be a few more points higher game than the last time, but I think it'll be in that same range.
Yeah, I just think that the Suns need to come out, play their game, do what they've done this year, play team basketball, work that defensive angle that they showed in the first game, get out there and be aggressive from the start, use that youthful energy to keep this older, more mature Lakers team down. And I think it'll come down to the fourth quarter. I don't anticipate this game being a 10-point win by the Suns, but I do think it's going to be much higher scoring.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about tonight's game. We have some other NBA stuff, but as God is my witness, somehow, somewhere, at some point, we're talking NFL quarterbacks here on the Daily Blender. It's 1580, the Fanatics.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Hi,
I am Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase.
The NFL draft is over. The teams have made their picks and reshaped their teams. Now comes the hard part.
They've got to turn these rookies into NFL players.
That means OTAs, training them, testing them, training camps,
pushing them farther than ever before.
We've got our eyes and ears on all of it.
Listen to the latest on your exclusive home for the NFL.
1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. That's right. You can hear us on 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM in the East Valley, always at 1580thefanatic.com. So tonight at 7 p.m., we are going to see what these Phoenix Suns are really made of. And I feel like there's a lot of people that has a lot of confidence, but I think you have to also be realistic and also remember, it doesn't matter what Phil says. If the Suns lose tonight, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the playoffs. It's not an automatic death sentence. So don't be like Fairweather Phil. Just you keep rooting them on and keep on it. But I don't want to jinx it, but I feel really good about their chances.
So you calling it? You calling it? You going to save Suns win tonight? Come on. Get on that bandwagon. Grab yourself a hot, soft pretzel and say dub.
Figured out that when I love a team, I have a hard time with that. The same thing with my Colts. I can tell you what I think about every single other game that's going to happen in the NBA. But this one, I have an idea of what's going to happen. I told you that a little bit ago. But as far as being so bold as to predict a Suns win, I want a Suns win. I think the Suns can win, but I can't say for sure.
You're very protective of your heart, of your sports heart. You're very protective of getting hurt.
That's right. But in this situation, I really do like their chances. I'm not afraid. And just like Monty Williams says, nobody's afraid here. We're here to do what we came to do, and we're going to do that. And it's exactly what they did. And Hila Ben Mike is right. Says they're going to try and they will fail to shut down Devin Booker. This is his coming out party, and the world will be witness to this. Don't be surprised if he drops 30 plus again.
Yeah, all the pundits out there are talking Lakers still are going to win this series handily. Everybody's got all the confidence in the Lakers, and rightfully so. They are the champions right now, and they do have two dominant players. However, the things that we know, we faced off against the Lakers this year. We've seen this team. We know this team inside and out. Yeah, okay, it's playoff. It's a second season, but we know what they do. We know what their habits are. We know what to look for. And I think that Monty Williams, the NBA Coach of the Year, as voted by his peers, will come out and have a strong game plan. Now, can this young team execute that game plan? I think that's the important factor here. That's the X factor. Will the team, with its young guys out there, be able to execute? Because we've seen, quite frankly, the Suns veer away from Monty's game plan several times throughout the season. Will this team be able to play together, pull together, and execute the game plan laid out for them? I guess we'll find out starting tonight at, 7 o'clock tip-off?
That is correct.
We'll see then.
I think that they will not veer away. I think that they're all in. They realize it's the playoffs. Nobody's going to get lazy. Nobody is going to sleep on what the plan is, what the direction is. So I don't. The only thing, it's not going to be the Suns performing badly. It's just going to be AD and LaBaby just fired up and coming out there and just going nuts. That is going to be the X factor right there. Fed Fan says Suns win 111-107. Book it.
Okay.
Book
it.
That's
a good score.
She did there. Look at that.
She's taking the over on the over under, which is 210. So thanks for that, Fed Fan. Prison Wallet says $20 to Arizona Sports Angels. I will take the over. This guy just wants to bet with us.
I get it. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys need to bet. Go ahead and bet it. Put it on the
All
table or chop it off.
All right, Prison Wallet, you got it. $20
Wow.
on the over. So this is not even about whether the Lakers or the Suns win. He thinks it's going to be the over. Bruno Baller says if the Suns lose tonight, the only thing it'll guarantee is there's going to be a game 5 in Phoenix on Sunday. Oh, that's good. I like that. See, there's some positive thinking right there. Against the Spread says Suns will dominate tonight, fellas. They're going to sweep the Lakers. Oh,
Wow.
God. I hope the crowd is actually rowdy at the arena tonight.
Well, that is true. We do have the crowd advantage. California, Los Angeles, not at this point allowing full capacity there at the Staples Center. So we do have the crowd capacity. We do have the energy on our side for our home games. We'll have to wait and see what happens tonight. I predict it's going to be a close game. It's going to be an energetic game, and we'll see if LeBron and if Anthony Davis have the chutzpah to take on this young team and stay with them.
There is no lack of chutzpah when it comes to Anthony Davis and LeBron. See, here's the difference. Phil, turn traitor, ran away from the Suns to the Lakers because, well, that talk about chase and chalk, my friend. Talk about going for, something like. But
I prefer the term Benedict Phil.
But I can be honest about it and say LeBron is one of the biggest, best players of all time.
Well, sure.
AD is going to be known as a great when it's all said and done. I can't deny that. But as far as it goes, just two of them. If they'd had one more superstar in that Laker team, I'd be like, well, this is going to be quick. But they don't. So the Suns have a superstar in Devin Booker. You just haven't met him yet, most of the country. They have Chris Paul. And DeAndre Ayton, when he wakes up and wipes the sleep out of those 55-year-old eyes of his, he does great too.
36.
So I'm telling you right now, I don't even think he's 36. He's like 26, right?
Yeah.
How old is DeAndre?
LeBron?
Ayton? No, I'm talking about DeAndre Ayton.
Oh, DeAndre. Okay.
Did I say LeBron? I didn't mean to.
He's 22.
Yeah,
23?
he's a young kid, but he looks like everybody's uncle. But
he is 22.
I like their chances. There are more superstars on the Suns than what the Lakers have. It's just you can't dismiss or sleep on those two massive superstars.
You
on
know,
the Lakers.
guys, throughout the NBA history, it's not the regular season games so much that stand out in our minds, is it? It's always the playoff games. It's always the championship series. The Michael Jordan finally leading the Bulls over the Pistons and getting by the Celtics and watching the Pistons take on the Celtics and take away their crown. It's always those memory-based championship series games. And who knows? Everybody's picking the Lakers to win, except for the few of us here in the Phoenix metro area that has been watching this team all season long and know what it's capable of. I think this is going to be a close game and a hard-fought game. And I don't know. I kind of lean that LeBron is not in the shape he was earlier this season.
I'm curious, who do you guys want? Who would you be most comfortable with? Game's coming down. Lakers are up by 2. Suns are bringing the ball up the court. Chris Paul's bringing it up. Who do you want taking that last shot?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul?
Yeah.
As opposed to Devin Booker?
Or Devin Booker is probably going to be double teamed. So especially on that game shot. So I would like to see it move around a little bit, but ultimately it gets into Chris Paul's hands and he drops it. I mean, right in the basket. I think as long as he's okay from what happened the other day, and every indication is that he did not end up on the injury report, and it's looking more and more like it was just like he got his kind of popped in a little neck stinger, which he just sort of misunderstood as a shoulder issue. There's been 0%. Has there been any news? I don't think there has. Has there been any news on his condition?
Not on his condition, more so that he will be playing it.
Yeah, so he's going to be fine. So you get that. But if you're asking me, who do I want? Chris Paul. I want the ball in his hand coming down the court. I trust him to put it in the right hands, even if it's his own, to make that shot.
See, I have a feeling the Lakers are going to try to double down on Chris Paul and on Devin Booker and make somebody else on the Suns roster shoot. And for that, I would take either Michael Bridges or Jay Crowder. Either one of those guys can hit a clutch shot, and I would have no problem with either one of them taking the shot if Booker and CP3 are shut down. And we already know DeAndre Ayton's going to be under the hoop, and he's going to have his hands full all night long.
Yeah, you would think you get a double team on Booker. Yeah, Chris Paul is going to be moving it around, and then ultimately it's going to go to DeAndre Ayton just to put it down. But you got AD on Ayton, so you sort of cancel that out, and whoever is pulled off over onto Devin Booker, there's your man. Because there'll be somebody on Chris Paul. So whoever the double team on Booker leaves exposed, that's where you're going to at least go for a pass and then have it come back to Chris Paul for the game-winning shot.
Look, coming from a Lakers perspective where I want them to win, the person I at least want to see the ball in the hands of, it is Chris Paul.
Yep.
It's Chris Paul who I feel more. Even Devin Booker, I've seen him do that before, obviously with the Clippers last year in the bubble. He has a couple of memorable moments here in the closing moments of games. It's still, though, it doesn't strike me in the heart of fear more so than Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I trust to either give it away to the best man, open man, or to take the shot himself, whether it's just an easy bunny in the mid lane or on the side for an open three.
In the only way that Phil and I are probably going to agree today, that's on that.
Yeah.
What do you say, Randy? Who do you want to have the ball?
Well, like I said, Mikal Bridges or Jay Crowder. I think either one of those guys can help this team with that clutch shot. I think with the Suns, it's not going to be one guy or the other. I think the team approach has been so successful for the Suns this year. If it comes down to it, I have a feeling Chris Paul is going to be blanketed. I think Devin Booker's going to be blanketed. DeAndre Ayton's going to have his hands full under the net with AD. And I think Mikal Bridges or Jay Crowder. I think one of those two guys are going to be who sink that clutch shot.
Boomer Sooner says home court advantage, Phil, not home field. It's basketball. Come on, man. Yeah, you did say that.
Oh, okay.
Helibin Mike says, Jeffrey, I heard a rumor today that your Colts are one of the 3 teams with a good shot at Julio Jones. Well, the reason that is there's cap space available with the Colts. And I'll tell you what, I would love it. I would love to have a marquee receiver out there on the field for my Colts. We haven't had one in a while. T.Y. Hilton, he always gets his, but hasn't really been a star playmaker as of late. So yeah, I'd be all about that. Why is it taking so long to figure that out? Why do we not already heard the news on where he is going?
Oh, Julio Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, well, mostly because of the June cut that Randy's alluded to many times before in previous shows, where the moment that we get to June 1st, the cap numbers, the dead hit cap numbers for the Falcons goes from like a 22, 23 million this year, all this year for Julio Jones, as opposed to 7.5 million and 15 million the following next 2 seasons. And speaking of the Falcons being right now, they only have like $571,000 in cap space right now. So every little penny is going to help in that. And they're waiting till June for the best deal.
Well, I would be happy to have Julio Jones on the roster.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
How gracious of you. Yeah. I think we can find a roster spot for one of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL right now.
You can be a wise ass, but there have been people who have come up before. I was like, not so much. Everybody thought I was crazy. And then I said yes to Antonio Brown. Everybody thought I was crazy, but
you are crazy.
I still would take him. I would still take him. We'd both be crazy. Why not? But you know what we'd have? Wins. That's what we'd have. ASO says, I hope DeAndre Ayton pops some Viagra and really bleeps up Davis.
Wow.
What's with the I don't. Yeah.
Wow.
No. Boogie says I took the baby over at 24.5 and the over for the game at 210. So you
Nice.
bet that the Lakers would win?
No. For that one, he bet over
on
20
this points.
Yeah. So
you
LeBron
get more than 24.
Yeah. LeBron specifically will
Got
get
it.
more than 24.
Got it. Boogie. I was gonna say, don't bet against the Suns, man. What the hell? Just the Tip says, I got a lot of faith in the Suns. Ayton will continue his growth, probably go 22 points and 15 rebounds. Booker will score at will. If the Suns get average bench help, then the series goes 2-0 Suns, but a lot does depend on the CP3 injury. Well, like I said, I think we have every reason to believe that he's going to be okay and ready to play. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, 1580 AM keeps fading out for like 15 to 20 seconds a pop. What's going on with that? Yeah, we're checking on it. I'll poke the engineer awake and we'll see what's going on with that. Bala 51 says DeAndre kind of looks like Kurt Russell.
In what world?
Kurt Russell?
I'm gonna have to take a look.
I mean, he's talking about DeAndre Ayton, not Hopkins, right?
I don't know. It just says DeAndre. Which DeAndre? And Heavy Metal Maniac says, I got a feeling DeAndre Ayton is going to have a breakout game and go off. And that's what's going to cause the Lakers to lose. So go Suns. Fed Fan says the last month, Devin Booker has not been good at making the last shot. He hasn't been good at ISO ball. However, I think Booker has been looking for his moment, and this is that moment he's been looking for quite some time. Pleasing.
Come on, I that is so horrible. Whenever you're talking about, well, I think he's just been waiting to make a shot. He's been purposefully missing the past month.
Did she say that? No.
Yeah, she said he's been waiting.
Where does it say waiting? I never said the word waiting.
You did say the word waiting.
If I did, it was intentional. Here's what she says. Again, I think Booker has been looking for this moment for a long time. I never said the word waiting. I said looking.
Look, if he's looking for his last shot and doesn't want to bank some more wins,
trying to get his mojo back is what she's basically saying.
His mojo back. Well, if last game is him trying to find his mojo back, then the Lakers really are in trouble.
That's
but
what we're saying. Yeah.
I feel like that's more of a cap of what we can expect out of Devin Booker.
Big players, and if Devin Booker wants to be one of the elite in the NBA, big players look for the moment when it counts the most. And I would guarantee you that Devin Booker would be looking for the moment tonight to really set himself among the elite shooters in this league.
Winners want the ball. So let's just see what he can do with that. Mr. Wilbur says, my girlfriend once said exactly what Randy just said. She's going to have her hands full all night long. Well, I guess after she broke up with you, sure. Wow. Large Mark says, hey, guys, am I the only one that thinks Drummond is the only guy that makes DA look average size and young? Jeez Louise, that guy's a beast.
Andre Drummond is huge.
Yeah.
He is a huge specimen, probably one of, if not the last archaeological dinosaurs of the NBA, where he is just, he is a behemoth and a big, big man.
Senior Regenbeck says, watch it, Phil. It's going to be harder for you to run your mouth off when the Suns Nation rises and gives you a smack across the face. You will remain famunda loser.
All right.
Win or lose, Phil, you are still a douche nozzle. That's the way it's typed.
How's that again?
A douche nozzle.
You sound like that Cookie Crisp wolf for a cereal for cartoon. Yeah.
Cookie Crisp.
That's the way it typed out for me, man. All right. Douche nozzle.
I don't think you could be any prouder of how you read that.
Fed Fan says, shut up, Phil.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, there's more going on in the NBA than just the Phoenix Suns hopefully beating the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. We'll get to that. Plus, as God is my witness, we will talk NFL quarterbacks today. You hear me? Do you hear me, Randy White?
I heard you, NFL quarterbacks. I believe in you, Jeffco.
You hear me? Douche nozzle.
I see here that there's impossible.
He's answering to it. He's answering to it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the Ninth Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers strike back.
Hey, my name is Jonelle, and a little thing that I love about Chick-fil-A's new Lemon Kale Caesar salad is every tender, warm, juicy piece of grilled chicken. It's a Caesar salad, but it's different. You have the Parmesan breadcrumbs and the mixture of lemon with that romaine and kale. It's almost something I can't explain, but it'll make you want to sing. Lemon Kale Caesar.
Order the new Lemon Kale Caesar salad on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention the Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
You might not know it, but your small business IT systems can leave you and your customers vulnerable. At Affinity Technology, we provide peace of mind by ensuring your computer systems are working and are safe from hackers and outside threats. We solve technology problems for small business. No confusing tech talk or black box setups. If it plugs in, we work with it. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Eelman Mike is saying Carson Wentz will win comeback player of the year, especially if they get Julio Jones. Think positive.
Love to see that for my pal, Jeffco.
Wait, is it Carson Wentz? He ended his season last year hurt. Is he eligible for
just got
comeback player? Yeah, he got benched because he sucked. But I guess you don't have to be injured to be a comeback player, I guess.
No. You just have to miss for one reason or another. I think Adrian Peterson was gone for that year, mostly because of his knee injury, but I think he also that might have coincided with his detention.
NFL discipline.
Yes.
Well, but I've also said that I have a make-a-wish, and that is to punch a zebra. I don't have the cancer or any kind of illness, but I have a make-a-wish. I want to punch a zebra. So I guess Carson Wentz he wasn't injured, but he could be comeback player of the year. I don't know.
Cue the calls from all the animal rights people listening right now.
We don't answer the phone anyway, so what do we care? 888-368-1580. Senior Wake and Bake says, LOL. Boogie says, I took the Suns to win my parlay. Nets, Suns, and Clippers.
Wow.
Boogie's a serious man. He's a serious man when it comes to his betting. All right. So here we go. Tonight, the Suns got to take advantage of this home court. It's court, by the way, Phil. Court. They got to do this. Talk me into this, Randy. Talk me into it because I feel timid about predicting a win. Give me confidence. Give me the pep talk that I need to say, shut the hell up, Phil. The Phoenix Suns are kicking ass tonight, and then the Lakers are going to go home 0-2 in this series.
You want me to give you the pep talk?
Yeah.
You want me to reach deep and give you the motivational speech you need?
I need the Randy White treatment.
I see. The Phoenix Suns have been in the desert and in the wasteland for too long. And now it's time, Jeffco. It's time for their time to shine. Like the giant sun in the sky, the Phoenix Suns will rise from the wasteland of the desert, and they will conquer those that are coming from the Pacific coastline. They will put the sunburn on the Lakers, and they will succeed tonight. It is all part of the plan. Tonight, the Phoenix Suns will dig deep, and they will mount their giant steeds and draw their six-shooters as they head west to conquer the Lakers of Los Angeles. They will dethrone and deflower the Lakers. The Lakers will be no more. They will go away, and they will be upset and embarrassed that such an upstart team like the Phoenix Suns castrated them in the wasteland of the desert. Believe, Jeffco. Believe. These are your Phoenix Suns.
You had me at deflower. That's what we needed right there. Thank you, Randy. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I
You're
believe I believe, good sir.
I think looking and having a mind's eye visual of DeAndre Ayton on a steed was what did it for me.
No, a mighty steed.
A
Phil.
mighty steed.
A
Excuse me.
mighty steed. It will take a mighty steed to ride forth a mighty man like DeAndre Ayton.
I can't wait to see the deflowering. Screaming Eagle says, let's go, Suns. Is Chris Paul 100%? Only he and his hairdresser know. I don't know. I think he's okay. I think he'll be okay. Fed fan says, hey, can we have a bet at what time the game that the baby will fake an injury? My guess is second quarter, about 9 minutes, 34 seconds.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting Fed fans teams out of the playoffs entirely.
Her team is the Phoenix Suns, jackass.
She loves the Warriors.
Her favorite player is Steph Curry. That's two different things. She has said this many, many times before. Large Marge says the only thing Rando left out was, and you'll have plenty of time to root for the Lakers, Phil, when you're living in a van down by the river. Down by the river.
I completely forgot that. Sorry, guys.
Now we're going to take his van, too. Navy Brad says, hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Randy. Hello, Phil. Great show as always. I would avoid signing Julio Jones, though. Too many injuries.
Yeah, he does. He right now know that you're at minimum getting him for 16 games at least.
Yeah, but the oft injured seem to go to the Colts and be oft not injured. I think we just have really great personal trainers. Yeah, I think that we've got a lot of great doctors, personal trainers
at all.
And because of Jim Irsay, some amazing drugs. Heel Ben Mike says, I said when the Suns win tonight, get the brooms ready, sweep the fakers up like a dry dog turd.
Wow.
Not sure I'm ready to go on the sweep bandwagon yet.
I may have done too much on that motivational speech there, guys.
Yeah. Box of Screws says, by zebra, you mean referee, right? Not an actual zebra. No, I mean an actual zebra.
He means a full-on
them arrogant, cocky, striped looking weird horses. I just want to go up to one, bow, just punch as hard as I can.
Right in the kisser.
And that's it. That's all I want. So that's my make-a-wish. Heel Ben Mike, thank you. Let's see here. There it is. Fed fan says, shut up, Phil. Sean from Phoenix says, felt a little Jim Hellwig, aka Ultimate Warrior vibe there, Randy. Your voice is going to be insanely hoarse now.
Is that Sean Gainwaker?
I don't think so, because my voice has endured this sort of punishment for years now. So, but thank you very much.
Just a tip says, that was the best Randy rant ever. Please release that as a ringtone. All right, mark the recording. Get me a copy of that, and I'll email it to anybody who wants it. That's a hell of a ringtone, though. It's going to be about like a couple minutes long, right?
It's going to scare people.
ASO says, I had to step out of the car real quick, but did you guys get to the one about the Viagra? Yes, we did. We
certainly did.
Seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting
more
than 4 hours.
We think that would be sexual assault, ASO. Wing Guru says, the conspiracy theorists will tell you that in game one, the Suns were 2.5-point favorites. And tonight, Lakers are a 1.5 favorite, which means Vegas thinks the league wants the Lakers to win. So look for some spotty officiating, a little more than the usual spotty officiating. We're Suns fans. We're used to spotty officiating all the time.
Yeah, that's true story. That's true story right there.
SOL says, had me at upset and embarrassed. Good Cat says, burn in hell, Lakers. Burn in hell, Lakers. Shut the hell up, Bill. Hey, not bad, even with that little delay between us. I think we got that figured out. So, by the way, the NBA had come out and they said, okay, here's why we decided not to penalize LeBron James for violating league health and safety protocols.
Where's my clown music? Can I play it during this?
Sure, go ahead.
Explanation. Where's my damn clown?
Yeah, I'll even give you the voice of the NBA and their guy.
I can't find my clown music now. I probably got rid of it. Oh, man.
Well, I usually hate when you play that.
Jeez.
Here's what they say. To clarify any remaining misconception, LeBron James briefly attended an outdoor event last week where participants were required to be vaccinated or return a negative test result. Under these circumstances and in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19 and therefore no quarantine was necessary. Over the course of the season, there's been numerous similar violations of the league's health and safety protocols, which were addressed with the players' team in a similar fashion. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their own individual commercial arrangements, such as sponsor appearances and or ad shoots. Yeah, okay. So that was their reason. So does that apply to the people that they tore up for that they did penalize?
Yeah, I mean, what was the situation with Kyrie Irving? Is it because it was early on this season? Is that what it was? And we've changed the protocols? I didn't see the memo on changing the protocols. Did you see the memo on changing the protocols?
I didn't see any memo, but what was the situation with the Kyrie? How is that different from this?
Well, that was different because, one, it was still early in the throes of everything. And
don't care about the time. How is it different? What happened?
It was also known that it was a bigger event, that there were a lot more people, that there was at least 26 people there for like a birthday party.
Did they require vaccinated or people who have been tested to that same party?
No.
They didn't have those same requirements.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess that is a good difference, Randy.
Because it was just a family birthday party.
So and LeBron went to a what was this, a tequila release party of some sorts,
which fit under individual commercial arrangements, and they did require everybody to be either vaccinated or to show a current negative test. So to be fair, because let's be fair, this doesn't seem like something he really needed to get penalized for.
Yeah, well, it's bad luck. It's bad optics. Do one thing to one guy, do the same thing.
But now that we've seen the context and the explanation, it's not a bad look. It's fair because they did whatever they needed to do to try to make sure that was a safe circumstance. It was an outdoor activity. Check that box. It was an individual commercial arrangement. It was an appearance and probably an ad shoot because it was for the tequila. So check that box. The other guy, Kyrie, well, that was just a birthday party. Bunch of people. There was no there was no rhyme or reason to how they decided who got in and out. So it is different, Randy. I don't want to say nice things about LeBron. It pains me. It pains me.
Yeah,
but that's fair.
This isn't nice. This is just more stating the truth and fact of the matter, correcting it all.
Which, when I don't like LeBron, that's pretty nice.
Okay.
Because I could just not have told you all of that and just been like, that's unfair. But
you could have just chanted one more time, the Burn in Hell Lakers.
Burn in Hell Lakers. Burn in Hell Lakers. Shut the hell up, Phil.
But thank God you guys didn't.
Yeah. 888-368-1580. I got to agree with Jamal Murray on something he said the other day. They're talking about this mid-season tournament idea. Somebody's floating a mid-season tournament idea for the NBA, and I think it's a horrible idea.
The hell is this?
Yeah, it was based on European soccer models that they're saying that maybe they'd have an 8-team single elimination tournament that would be incentivized by $1 million per player payouts on the winning team. So you personally would win $1 million if you were on that winning team.
For what purpose?
I don't. Mid-season playoffs makes no sense to me. It seems stupid. And Jamal Murray says there's no need to make the season complex. It's not even complex. It's just kind of dumb. It's like, what are we going to have the playoffs every half season? It's just
the
dumb.
Only way that I could see this being something of note is if it determined seeding or if it determined, I don't know, a guaranteed playoff spot. No matter
it determines money.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, Phil, but that's a horrible idea. Because
I agree with that.
How many times have we seen a team go from a prime contender mid-season and all of a sudden they're decimated by injuries or something else happens, and the team is no longer relevant towards the end of the season, and they couldn't even. And now you've got this crappy team in there because they're the mid-season play-in tournament winner, whatever the hell they want to call it, and they're all $1 million richer. Meantime, they're not. It doesn't bring anything to the table. What kind of a stupid idea? Are the NBA? Are they in New York right now, just smoking big blunts and sitting around partying with their shoes off and saying, "What else can we do, dudes?"
I don't think Adam Silver strikes me as a ginormous pothead. I mean, he has a ginormous head, but it doesn't strike me as any kind of a pothead. I think they're looking for new revenue streams, and they're looking for ideas to make things more interesting. This is a bad one, but this is one of those things they got to talk about. And by the way, in order for this to happen, there'd have to be an agreement between the league. 2/3 of the teams and the NBA commissioner has to sign off on that too. So there's a bit of a mountain to climb before this ever even became something serious.
Now, wait a minute. There's one way I would be in favor of this.
Yeah.
Does this replace the All-Star game?
An 8-team tournament replacing the All-Star game, it's going to take a serious amount of time, and then that stretches out the season. Are you going to carve off some of the other regular season games to do this?
What if they're half game formats like in college?
Oh, this is getting dumber and dumber as we go.
Boy. I'm just trying to find a way that this works.
No reason for this. Lost Toby says the way it works in soccer is a separate cup, has nothing to do with the actual playoffs. It's like a side pride thing, and it just brings some money in. I think that's unnecessary wear and tear on the players. I think they should keep it to the regular season and let's do the playoffs we're doing now. Simple as that. All right, guys, that is 1 hour down. We got 2 to go. Come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys, plus no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical Weight Loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical Weight Loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
Free speech is priceless. It is now 13 years since Summit Male Medical started helping men overcome the effects of erectile dysfunction, premature issues, and low testosterone. And the only way we could help was to be able to get the message out that we could help. Thank you, free speech. We've had to deal with these sensitive topics and inform the public that we can help and we guarantee to help with ED, or we won't charge you. These are issues that break apart relationships and then in turn families. And without freedom of speech, we would have not been able to help the tens and tens of thousands of guys here at Summit Male Medical. If you're one of the millions that still need help with ED, PE, or low T, call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Free speech. Ideas and information are not to be afraid of, but they should be discussed openly. So make that call to Summit Medical to start that discussion to get you the help you need. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. We are here to help.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240 Forest Hills at 95.9 FM.
People settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there. We're on the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the Summit Mail Medical text line, 888-368-1580. A lot of support for the Phoenix Suns. I think we've only had one guy say anything nice about the Lakers, so good to see all you Suns fans show up. We'll talk more about tonight's game later on in the program. Right now, though, I want to get to talking about NFL quarterbacks. You know, I got a bunch of cool stuff to talk about with the NFL quarterbacks. But before we do that, Randy, I know you enjoy the hockey, and the Stanley Cup playoffs are going on right now, even though I've pretty much turned my back on it because, you know, Coyotes aren't in it. So that was just sort of depressing. But I was actually a little surprised at a few things. I was surprised to see the Penguins down to the Islanders 3-2 in that series. I really thought the Penguins would run the table on those guys.
Well, you know, the Penguins have had their run. The Islanders are a team that's on their way up, and so it's not really a surprise to me. I would look for the Islanders to take care of business tomorrow night in another 2 overtime game. By the way, it seems like these NHL playoff games, the Oilers and Jets had a 3 overtime game. The Islanders had this 2 overtime game. It's just been crazy great hockey. But I would expect the Islanders to move on to the next round here pretty quick.
So here's what I've decided. Since I don't have a dog in this race, but I do have some things that matter to me. Randy.
Okay. All right.
One, I don't want any Canadians to win. I want all the Canadians to lose. Problem is we got Canadians playing Canadians, Maple Leafs versus the Canadians. And right now, Toronto is up 2-1. So that's something they'll have to be dealt with later. I want the Canadians to be gone. The other part,
it is a Canadian game.
Don't care.
Okay. All right.
There's more American teams than there are Canadian teams, and I don't like the way the Canadians been handling things.
All right.
And you know my feelings on Canada. I am pretty sure they're up to something up there.
All right.
They're up to something up there.
We understand Toronto leads that series 2-1. Go ahead.
Let's see what else matters to me. You know, I'd like to have seen the Las Vegas Golden Knights go up there and do it again. Why? Because it's another desert hockey team. Maybe that's the team I should be rooting on because of proximity, I guess. But
they are playing against the Minnesota Wild. However, Vegas does lead that series 3-2.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to see that turn in. But I don't know if they've got the steam to go the entire distance. Does this feel like another Stanley Cup team to you?
I don't know that it's a Stanley Cup winning team. If they can get past the Wild, anything's possible. You know my philosophy. You got to play games, and you see what happens at the end of the game. So tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Golden Knights, Wild. We'll see who wins that game.
Let me just say this. I know you guys are probably shocked that we're talking hockey. Didn't know we had it in us. Let me just say, I'm not sure I really like the Oilers' chances right now.
Okay.
I just
don't like the Edmonton Oilers because they're Canadian.
No, mostly because they've already lost the series up to against the Jets. So I don't like their chances. Thank you, Jets, for taking out one of those other Canadian teams.
But Winnipeg is a Canadian team as well.
Damn it! Oh, see, I thought I hear Jets. I think New York. Oh.
No. It's Winnipeg. That's Winnipeg. That's up there in the Canadian.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, Jeffrey Bryan, go ahead.
Who do the Jets play next? Will they play the Maple Leafs
or Carolina Panthers?
Okay, that sounds good.
Canadian teams are playing Canadian teams because of the whole pandemic thing, and we'll have to see how that goes. So
that's annoying. So, all right, what other Canadian teams? There's no more, right? They were done.
Well, no, Toronto and Montreal.
Well, we already talked about those guys,
right? But
there's
they're
four
still
Canadian teams.
They are still in the running. Yes, that is correct.
All right. Well, we need to take them out. That's got to be
all right.
Part one. Remember the Miracle on Ice? Nobody cared about Switzerland. It was all about beating the Russians.
Yes.
Or Finland. Who would they beat for the gold?
No, I believe it was Finland they beat for the gold.
Right.
But the Russians, they had to beat the Russians to get to the gold championship.
You know what? F you too, Switzerland, and you and your stupid chocolate milk. Anyway, so I want all the Canadians to lose.
I don't think that's possible.
I'd like to see I don't mean in just this round. I mean, period. I want no Canadians to win the Stanley Cup this year.
So throughout the whole thing. Okay. All right.
Would really like to see it be the Golden Knights. And where are the Panthers from? Are these Panthers from Carolina?
Florida? They're from Florida.
That's Carolina. It's just stupid.
Carolina is the Hurricanes. It's
really
Carolina Hurricanes.
Disappointing to me. I think they should trade team names because that doesn't make sense.
Nashville Predators, Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, speaking of the Panthers, the coach of the Panthers wants Mike Holtz to practice with his team.
Okay.
Why do we need to do that?
What do they need to practice?
We don't need to do that.
They need Trojans.
Panthers are so far below us that they don't matter.
Talking about the Carolina Panthers.
This time, yes, not the hockey
of the
Panthers.
NFL, not the hockey Panthers.
Even less sense if the hockey Panthers wanted to practice. But Matt Rule from the Carolina Panthers is like, oh boy, I hope we get to practice with the Colts this year. And I'm like, why don't you go do something else? Why does every single NFL team have practice against other NFL teams? Is it required?
It's not required. It's just it's good to get the guys in some pads, get some.
I want a real team. I don't want it to be the Panthers in this practice. Make it be a team that actually has a chance.
But Jeffrey, this is you're talking about a team that you can go out there instead of hitting on your own guys, you can hit somebody else. You know what it was like. You played football in high school.
Sure.
You got tired of hitting your own guys. You wanted to get in there in the game.
That.
And you wanted to pound the other team. You wanted to pound some other high school into submission. And that's, the NFL training camp. These guys have been playing their entire life. They grow tired of going 70% and just knocking each other around. They want to go against another team.
I guess. Well, I mean, save it for the real thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
ASO says, you can't tell us you're going to talk about quarterbacks and then jump into hockey. That's clickbait. Jeffrey O'Brien, you're a clickbait.
Or spam. Honolulu.
I don't like spam. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll calm down, man. We'll talk about the NFL quarterbacks. I'm getting there. There. I don't like to be rushed, ASO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jeffrey, if there's anything about Jeffrey, it's that he's very slow.
Yeah. What?
And loving.
Ooh.
Where's my button to turn off his microphone? Just why don't I have that?
We need to have the engineer put one in.
You just gave me a headache, like an instant headache, Phil.
Wow.
By the way, what's up with this weather, Randy?
Does that happen often in your house? Instant headaches?
Not in my house, but here at work with Phil's around. Yeah.
Oh, I see. What'd you say
it's
about
all
the
cloudy?
weather?
It's all cloudy outside. What's going on with the weather out there?
Well, clouds moving in. No danger of any sort of rain showers. We're in the summertime here in Phoenix, Arizona. Just some, tertiary clouds moving across the valley here. No chance of rain. 97 degrees. Current temperature in downtown Phoenix, 96 out in North Scottsdale, 97 where I'm at. Clouds will last through the rest of the evening. It'll be cloudy tomorrow, 99 for your high. Sunshine returning, clear sunshine through the entire weekend. Labor Day. I'm already on Labor Day. Memorial Day, 97 for your high. The overnight lows is still mid 60s to upper 60s, low 70s. It's going to be nice outside. It's a dry heat this time of year, but just wait until about halfway through June, early July.
It's an oven
dry
heat.
heat thing goes away.
Yeah. Feels like a pretty moist heated year.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Thank you, Randy White.
You're welcome.
All right. So Prison Wallet says, hey, did we get to the part yet where someone told Phil to shut the hell up? Sorry, I haven't been able to listen consistently.
Yeah.
Rest assured, probably, what do you say? Every 2 to 3 minutes, somebody says, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah. There's no need to worry that within an hour you'd miss it. Maybe within segments within segments.
Before the NBA playoffs began, it was probably once every half hour.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Before Phil defected to the Lakers, it's probably like once an hour. So it's accelerated quite a bit.
Yeah. It's certainly gotten some steroids on it.
Now it's near damn constant. So, and I understand. Navy Brad says, hey, if Phil is giving you a headache, I'll be happy to bring my bunnies there. They'll hold them at bay. Sadly for Phil, not Playboy bunnies.
Oh,
actual rabid, angry little neshy teeth bunny rabbits.
Yeah,
they do look vicious. I'm not going to lie.
Killer rabbits.
Napa Bob says, hey, what happened to Large Marge? I hope I didn't spook him out. Well, let me see here. Oh, there is Large Marge. He's right here. It says, don't know what this has to do with NFL quarterbacks, but all anyone from Canada will tell you, doesn't matter what team the players are, it's all of them. They're all from Canada. Everyone. I hear it every time.
Well, a lot of the American teams employ the Canadian hockey players as well as European hockey players, Russian hockey players. It's an international game, Jeff.
I think we should I think we should deport everybody from Canada. And start the American Hockey League, like I said, the AHL, and then Also, we block out all transmissions from Canada of Canadian hockey, and then see how well they do. See what happens to them then.
Hockey originated in the country of Canada.
It did not. It originated in Sweden.
I don't know how we could
or Denmark.
It is the national sport.
You can look
of
up where
Canada.
hockey was invented. Maybe I'm
And
wrong.
I don't know how we could block that out.
I don't care. I don't like Canada
Hell, they
anymore.
have a television show called Hockey Night in Canada.
Then we don't have to watch it.
The modern game.
No, don't give me modern crap. I think it was invented by the Irish.
I don't know.
Go farther back. I think you'll find
the Irish could
I'm not
not do
kidding.
that because
I'm
it's
not
on
kidding.
ice, and the Irish are too drunk to be on ice.
I'm not kidding. I think it was actually the origination of hockey was Celtic.
The only thing you Irish people can do on ice is whiskey, and that's only because you don't have any water.
Hey, this Irish hate speech, you know, it's serious. I don't appreciate the Irish hate right now.
It's
Is this called being woke? Is this woke right here?
You're
Is
about
this
to
what
be
I'm doing?
swole because I'm going to punch you in the mouth. You'd be swollen.
It's often credited
I don't know these terms.
to
Can't
James
reach me.
Creighton. In 1872, he moved from Halifax, Nova Scotia,
All right, so Nova Scotia
to Montreal.
But I think you're going to find the people in Nova Scotia stole it from the Irish. I
I
am
don't
pretty
think
sure.
so.
I'm going to go
No.
back. I'm going to go back and I'll find the proof.
Jeffco, I think you have hockey mixed up with potato launching.
You know, I am really tired of this Irish hate right now. There's too much Irish hate.
Yeah, if there's
I wonder
one,
if Steph Curry will wear some shoes for me because I'm taking some Irish abuse right now. Not right. By the way, this is kind of cool. This is actually a very cool thing.
Okay.
Talking about Steph Curry, he actually wore some Bruce Lee shoes. He had like some shoes made. Bruce Lee is on there and everything. And what he did is he sold them at an auction or something. They're game worn shoes.
Yeah.
And he raised like $65,000 to combat the Asian hate.
Why? That's wonderful. That is seriously, that is a wonderful, wonderful gesture on his part.
I'm really surprised that was going on when I heard there's all this Asian hate. I'm like, what did the Asian people do? They didn't do nothing. And then my wife says, well, I think it stems from coronavirus. I'm like, a lot of Asians died of coronavirus. And I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of them still are. I don't know that, you want to blame every Asian person you see out there. I think that's just one of the dumbest things I ever heard. But as far as the Irish hate, you can see it right here. It is live on radio coming from my friend Randy White.
I'm very thankful for the Irish people. How would we know what good whiskey is all about, Jeffco?
from one white to another.
And shepherd's pie. How would we
I-
know this great stuff?
Actually, I do enjoy
don't-
a good shepherd's pie.
I don't actually. There's not enough salt in the world for real shepherd's pie.
that's true. Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, "Love me some Irish lady back in the day, of course." And by the way, hockey was invented in Latvia. And okay. I'm going to prove it all to you. The hockey was invented by the Irish.
Okay.
Can't wait.
I'm going to prove it to you.
Love it.
When's that going to happen?
Well, I got
so
to
I can make sure I'm here.
I'm going to have to get Photoshop turned on.
Next week.
I-
Photoshop.
You have to work
Photoshop.
things
Oh,
out
I see.
here.
Yeah,
Nice.
the founder of
I'll
all
make sure and
information.
pay attention to that, Jeffco.
Yeah, I'm going to get on the Wikipedia, change a few things because you're allowed to.
Absolutely.
Take some screenshots real fast before they change it back.
Edit the page, yeah.
You're going to see hockey invented by the Irish. Somebody's going to go, damn it, we can't let people edit Wikipedia all the time just because they want to.
You're the reason why they keep asking for money from me.
Thunder Snow says, you really do have to watch them Canadians. No, that is absolutely a true statement.
They are tricky little people.
Yeah, they're acting like they're up to no nothing harmful, but they're up to no good. Large Mar says, it's okay, Napa Bob. When you're concussed after face planting while doing one arm push-ups there, it's possible to send the occasional odd text. It can happen to anybody.
When you're doing one arm push-ups, if you switch mid push-up, like you
Well, they
push-
do that from
Yeah.
That's
Does that
impressive.
still count?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
If you switch during a
If you're
one-arm
going 1,
pickup.
2, 3, 4, and in midair go whoop, boom, then you start doing that. That's actually impressive.
Wow.
I've seen fit people do that, not me.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, no, it's too much work for me.
ASO says there used to be Hockey Night in America, but it was canceled because only Canadians would watch. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
Jagdog says, tuning in late. Did I miss Phil's prediction for tonight? Do you really need to hear it? Of course you're going to hear it, Phil. Give me your prediction for
People
tonight.
demanded. I think that I think it's going to be 98 Suns to 115 Lakers.
What?
You're going to have a blowout.
Yeah.
115-98.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like an offensive blowout. It
It's
does feel like a
because the
defensive
Suns
blowout.
scored 99 the other day, so Phil
Yeah.
thinks that's all they can do.
Mhm.
That's a load of garbage. That is that your score prediction is aggravating. I mean, I get you saying, "Oh, I think the Lakers are going to win," but that score prediction, you're just
Yeah.
trying to start a riot. You're just trying to start a fight.
All right,
That's
when
exactly
it happens
right.
tonight,
Mm.
at me, at me.
Mm.
I'll tell you
At
what.
you?
Yeah.
The hell does
If
that
your
mean? At
exact
me.
score becomes reality, we'll wipe that bet off the table, and you will not be in danger of wearing a Suns tattoo.
But you'll still be on the hook for your side.
No, the whole bet, I'll wipe it off the table. You have more to lose than I do.
So I can't believe I'm hearing this right now out of Jeffrey O'Brien, who never backs away from a bet.
Oh, I'm not backing away from a bet. I'm just saying I'll be so impressed if his score prediction is right. Tell you what, we have
Yeah,
our
if
original
his-
bet. Okay, hold on.
If his score prediction is right, I
Right.
think you have to wear a Speedo twice
Yep,
in a
yep,
row.
that's what'll happen. If tonight's score prediction is right, I will wear a Speedo just for that.
Yeah.
You have to do nothing if you're
Okay.
wrong.
Okay, I like that better. Yeah,
Because that is how confident I am that your score prediction is boo boo.
you know what's
Now,
going to
now
happen.
what was this again? It was 115
to
Lakers.
98 in favor of the
98.
Lakers.
So let me
Okay.
write that down.
You know what's going to happen is it's going to be 113-98 or something.
Fine, but you still don't win.
I
That's
know,
all I'm
I know,
saying.
I-
Jagdog says Phil's a macaroon. See why I want to hear this idiotic
Wow.
prediction right there? Yeah.
A macaroon.
He
You
says,
know-
by the way, the Bruins are going to bitch slap the Islanders, even if they make it past the Penguins.
Fair enough.
You go.
Good, babe.
Go
Good, babe.
get some.
Mm.
Boomer Sooner. Yeah, I haven't practiced that yet, but I'll work on it. The Jet says, shut your pie hole, Phil.
Thank you,
Wow.
Jen.
I love these one texts a day out of some people just get going after Phil.
Yeah.
Did he say anything yesterday, or was it
Nothing.
just
Oh, no, yesterday? Yeah, he did. He said a
Okay.
lot yesterday.
okay? But today, all
Today
they
is
had
just
time
shut the
for
hell
is
up,
shut
Phil.
the hell up.
Although he
Good.
did lead with shut the hell up, Phil yesterday as well.
Okay, good.
Mm.
So I'm a
It's the first
conversation
thing
starter.
people think of when they wake up is shut the hell up, Phil.
I think you're right.
Best part of waking up.
Just
is
shut the
shutting
hell,
the hell up, Phil. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. SOL says, is LeBron the new commissioner of the NBA now? Is that what's happening there? Is
Yes.
that it? Is that why
Yes.
he doesn't get in trouble for anything else?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Never gets called for travel. Never gets called on these flops. Never
Yeah.
gets called for violating rules that other people would
Mhm.
probably be fined and thrown out of the league for. That's right, boy. If anybody else did what LeBron did, it'd be like, hey, have fun playing in Greece, a-hole. That's what would happen. No,
Yep, yep.
LeBron
Pretty
does
sure you're
have
right. Yep.
LeBron does live in a different world. He's got LeBron privilege.
As soon as we get off of the air today, I'm gonna go directly to Harkins, get myself a party bag, and plop down in front of my big old screen TV and
Did he
watch
say
the-
Harkins?
Yeah.
And did he say party bag?
Yeah,
Party bag
party
of
bag
popcorn, I think.
Yeah,
What?
party bag of
Why
popcorn.
don't you just pop some fresh popcorn?
Yeah. Why don't you
I
make
do
your
make
own
pretty
damn
good popcorn, but I don't have enough time to fully do it justice.
See, I have a problem with movie theater popcorn. Okay, here's what it is. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And,
yeah.
and then they screwed up and let me be in charge of putting my own butter on it in the hallway there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So what happens is I'm eating it. Oh, I love it. And then I have no sense of moderation. I eat way too much of that popcorn and I never
Mhm.
feel good later.
No. No, I
There's
can
some
see
things
why.
I love that I never feel good later. One, eating too much theater popcorn. Two, eating the gravy and mashed potatoes from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Always tastes good. But later I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know
shouldn't
why.
have done that. Yeah.
And I don't know what the other
Eating
things
too
are.
much shrimp.
Shut your mouth. I never have an adverse reaction to eating too much shrimp. What were you thinking? Screaming Eagle says, when the Suns sweep the Lakers,
Wow.
the Fanatic in the fourth dimension should celebrate at a sports bar, right? Oh, I would love to go out and do that with you guys. We don't have anything scheduled or set up yet, but I'll tell you what, one of the things I think is inevitable is we will do our Fanatic Daily Blender fantasy football draft party again at an actual sports bar. I think by August 30th or so, we should be in a pretty good position to do that. So I know for sure that is going to happen. We just got to
You
find
say
a place
August
to do it.
30th? Is that what you said? August 30th?
Or so. I can't remember. Can't remember the actual day. Hold on. Let me see. Why? You got something going on?
No, let me pull up the calendar.
Oh,
here.
sorry. August 28th. Because I always want to do it the very last Saturday in August.
Oh,
Yeah, see, I thought that August 30th was a Monday.
Wait. When's the first regular season game? That's
September 1st, I believe, is the first
No,
real game.
September 1st is a Wednesday. It's always on a Thursday.
Oh, it's September 2nd.
I'm pointing right at you, Phil. Can you
I know,
please
but
look it
we're
up?
about to go to a break. And
Yeah, we
I don't
could have
wanna-
already had this figured out, but now we're having this conversation. I pointed at you. I just told you I wanted to know something.
That's a good point.
I know what time it is.
That's a good point.
It's going to be February 7th.
What? That's the Super Bowl. I said.
What the
That is the
hell was
first-
that?
Oh my God! Now we got to go to break. It's a cliffhanger. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Jess's 30-minute bike boot camp? I guess it's that kind of day.
Are you ready for a total body workout, Peloton fam?
I am.
We'll start the class on the bike and then move to the floor. Let's get it.
With Peloton instructors right in your home,
Are you feeling it yet? Let's keep pushing for 5.
you have motivation that's ready when you are.
Clip off that bike and meet me on the mat for lunges.
I got this.
You showed up today, Peloton. Who's feeling sweaty and strong?
Definitely me.
Tap into your motivation at onepeloton.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
Come to Summit Male Medical Center to take control of your love life and your health. A recent investigation of men with low testosterone showed more than half were diagnosed with depression. That's depressing. 89% of the men in that study had erectile dysfunction and 69% had a low sex drive. Now that is really depressing, but it doesn't have to be that way. Come let Summit Male Medical Center put a smile on your face and your spouse's. Call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Come see our all-male medical staff, the most experienced and knowledgeable staff that deals with ED, PE, and low T that you'll find anywhere. We've been in the Valley since 2008, and we've helped tens of thousands of guys and indirectly their loved ones achieve happiness with a healthier life and the newfound ability to rekindle their love life. Don't wait or hesitate. Come get a smile on your face. Get happy. Call Summit Male Medical Center. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Kiss the blues away.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55. Super Bowl 55 is in the history books, but we aren't kicking up our feet and waiting. The 2021 season has begun.
And there's already been a lot of action.
Because the NFL never takes a nap.
Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more.
We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis.
Football is always in season here.
Your exclusive home to the NFL at Super Bowl 56.
1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Don't worry, Phil, I got you. I did your job for you. The first regular season game of the NFL is September 9th. And so that gives us an extra weekend, Randy. We could do our draft party on September the 3rd? No, the 4th. Yeah, September 4th. So
September 4th. Let me see if I've got anything on my schedule here.
So I don't know. I've not decided yet, and I got to talk to the sales goons here at the radio station and get this thing figured out where we're going to go and how we're going to do it.
Now, the only thing about September 4th is the following Monday is Labor Day.
Oh yeah, people want to get away on the Labor Day weekend. Don't they?
All the women going to labor at once.
Does this play? Didn't we have this conversation last year? Didn't we do it on Labor Day weekend, or did we shy away?
I don't think we did it on Labor Day weekend. I would suggest that we do it on a different. The 28th of August seems like it might be a better date.
Well, I'll look into that. I just I ain't feared of no Labor Day weekend. And are people going to be, you think, leaving town for it? Or
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's the last getaway chance of the summer. People might be taking a long weekend. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, string it all together. You see what I'm saying there,
that's
Jeff?
Part of the fun. Remember last time we did this, we had over 100 people hanging out with us and doing our drafts and talking crap and having fun.
We had more than that, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was the infamous draft where Boogie and Bird kept bothering you while you were drafted.
No, it was Boogie and TV King Jeff Hoodzow came over and were purposely distracting me, and it messed up my draft pretty bad.
Well, I think TV King, I understand why, because he was loaded.
He's always loaded. Yeah. Well, here it's funny thing about it is, as much as I gave them garbage for that, I didn't have a horrible season. It was the next season where I was able to draft from the comfort of my own home. I was given the A+ draft rating, and if you looked at my team, there's no way I should have had as bad a season as I had. I was the top scorer of the entire league until the very, very end. I dropped the second place, but and Berg will back me up. He backed me up then. I just have the worst luck week to week. There's no way that team should have lost as much as it did last season. So, hey, you know, sometimes you can do everything right and you still lose. That's just life. But
that's the way it goes sometimes, Jeff.
But I still won Boogie, that bet over him. So I still get those pictures of him wearing the Jeffrey O'Brien is better than me at everything t-shirt. So I got that going for me. But here's what I'll have to do at this draft party we do. Number one, I have to present a golden blender to not just Moist One. Moist One won the Premier League this year. I know you guys think all he does is dirty pornographic texts here on the show, but he also he kicked some serious ass at the fantasy football.
Yeah, I think we found out who our daddy is.
And then the other one, I got to give to Boogie because he won the league the year before. So I got to put together 2 golden blenders. We didn't get to present because of the old COVID thing. So really looking forward to get to a big get together. And by the way, I got to get all everything. We're moving back away from the ESPN. The ESPN fantasy football platform sucked. Everybody hated it. We're going back to the NFL. That's where we should have stayed the entire time. Oh, but there was a certain person who is, I hate the NFL in my ear all the time. And I just shut him up. I was like, fine, we'll try a different format. Didn't like it. Like the NFL, going back. That's the way it is. I want to hear another word about it.
Sounds good, because the last couple of times that we've drafted and had a football, I haven't done very well. So, yeah.
Well, first time Big George helped you out, you actually had a pretty good team. Randy, you have not done badly in fantasy football. You haven't risen up into the upper echelon, but you also haven't been in the basement the entire time. You've had pretty damn good years of fantasy football. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Big George helped me out. He's no longer in the Valley, so I don't know if he's going to be able to help me out. I think
he's no longer in the Valley.
Well, he lives in the San Diego now, doesn't he? He lives in the San Diego, doesn't he?
I knew
he married the young lady, and I believe they now reside in the San Diego.
I was not consulted on this.
So I believe that's where they live.
Last I knew, they lived in Hawaii.
Did he take the bar in California?
I don't know if he took his bar or not. Do you know how big he is? His bar is probably huge. He probably couldn't fit it in a U-Haul truck. It's so gigantic.
No, Randy. He's a lawyer. So by profession, he's a lawyer. I don't.
Oh.
Well, I'm heartbroken if he moved away. Man,
I have a feeling he moved to the San Diego.
That makes me very, very unhappy.
Big George, if you're not having copious amounts of sex with your new bride right now, just text us in and give us some clarity, will you?
Yeah. Well, he's a honeymooner, so no, we're probably not going to hear from him again. But he still sins on this day in Big George sports history. So
his neighbors probably are hearing from him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that poor girl. That poor girl. 888-368-50. He's 7 feet tall, people. And she's not 7 feet tall. That's all I'm saying. Heelbin Mike says, download Yakety Sax for your clown show music, Randy. Nothing fits better than that.
Yeah.
Lost Toby says they play random games between the seasons, so you'd have a regular season. He's talking about this. I don't want to talk about it, Lost Toby. I don't want to talk about a mid-season.
We're talking about this tournament again, this mid-season.
I don't want to talk about that. He says it's just the NBA, once again, not caring about the welfare of the players and reminding them that they're there to make other people money.
Yeah.
Well, and themselves, but still. Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil, 2 words. Shazam! watch. Go Suns. Technically, that's four words, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it. That was 2 good words.
Oh,
random texter says if Phil had to shut the hell up every time LeBron James traveled in an NBA game, you think he'd ever be able to say another word? Ever?
Oh my Lord.
By the way, you know it's true.
And they all
LeBron
travel.
James travels more than any human being
Oh
you've
my
ever
Lord.
seen.
No, he does not.
And it's way more noticeable because he's extremely tall.
You ever seen? Oh, okay, I can't deny that. But James Harden, have you ever seen? Even Chris Paul will do it from time to time. Calm down.
I will not calm down. Don't you tell me to calm down. You're not my dad. Baby Got Dak says, Phil, are you high?
I try not to be.
ASO says somebody rip down Phil's pants right now and see if he's wearing Lakers. No, nobody wants to do that.
No,
I'm
0% of people in this building, probably within a 50, 100-mile radius of this building, want to do that.
Now, what did you call it with the pans? Whenever seasoning, I'm seasoning your Speedo for you.
By the way, I'm not taking one from you. I'll buy my own. I'll have it made if I have to.
I wonder what website you're going to use. I know them all.
Oh, God.
Good Lord.
I hate myself.com if I actually lose this bet.
I've got friends in low-hanging places.
Prison Wallet.
Jeez.
Low hanging. I doubt that very much. Prison Wallet says if tonight's score prediction is correct, Jeffrey has to wear the Speedo, no pants. No.
Oh God, no.
Nobody wants that.
No, dear God.
Well, he says I don't want to see it either, but it sure as hell be funny. Not a chance.
I could think of several people that would like to see Jeffrey pantsless.
I think 0 people want to see that.
Let's just say, Jeffrey, you wouldn't need that light.
My wife wants to see that, but she can see it anytime she wants. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
I will do the show from home that day, I think. Baker's Cocky Hen says, what are the odds of LeBron James faking an injury if they lose the game? I'd say high.
Oh, my God.
If it looks like the Suns are having their way with the Lakers, I fully expect LeBron James to go down with an injury and sit there on the chair on the side with his little massage gun, doing his thing to his cramps.
So you're saying that for LeBron James to get out of playing the rest of this series against the Phoenix Suns?
No, not the series, but just
all he has to do
make
is
his excuse.
Fake an injury.
No, he can get out of it by faking an injury. What I'm talking about is he has done this in the past. And Phil, you can't even say it's not true. They are starting to lose. It's starting to get bad. He goes down with this bogus injury, sits over on the side with his massager or a personal trainer doing something and looking forlorn like, if I wasn't hurt, we'd be winning. Yeah, doing that whole little action. You know I'm right.
There was one time.
There's been multiple.
There's been one where he came out of that final series, and I believe that it was the second of the Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant led iteration of that, and he came out with that inflatable cast on his arm. That was pretty suspect.
Baker's Cocky Hens. Tell you what, I'm going to tweet out a photo of you with the target in your head. How's that? Just a Tip says NHL has a history of hot goalies changing history. Watch out for the Islanders. That rookie goalie of theirs is a badass. And if Gordon Fisherman can score a couple of goals, they could be dangerous.
Could be.
Flying Monkeys,
the Islanders' year.
Flying Monkey says, what the hell is this too much shrimp thing? How is that? That doesn't even compute. That's,
you know what?
Too much shrimp?
You know, Jeffrey, Red Lobster, I believe, on Tuesday nights has like endless shrimp.
I thought it was Monday. Whatever it is, we got to figure this out and go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd invite my wife to come join us, and the show. All of us after the show, we will go. We'll go to the Red Lobster. Is there one around here?
There's got to be.
We'll go nuts on. I'll show you what I can do with some shrimp.
I would love to see it.
It's something you'll tell your kids about. Well, look at me being nice and assuming you'll ever have. Some woman will let him touch her.
I'll tell Big George's kid.
Boomer Sooner says
that he's making right now.
Arena Sports Grill on Bell and 64th. That is a great sports bar. I'm just saying it's big. It's big. It's fun. Yeah, we're going to find the right place. Don't worry, guys. Fish Tank says, I was up north fishing during one of the Suns games, and man, the radio broadcast was just shredding LeBron and the refs, not calling anything. I almost want to listen to the radio broadcast tonight, just mute the TV.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well put K-Ray on your radio tonight. Let him call the game for you.
I could call the game for you. I can live stream that. And LeBron takes another flagrant foul. They're not going to call it.
He's not. He's sitting on the bench, Phil. What are you talking about? Fish Tank says, thank you for that. Large Marge says,
Don't think it would happen, but if the Suns sweep LA, I'm sneaking onto Phil's little deserted island there and stealing the volleyball he talks to.
If they sweep LA, I don't know. I would not be able to come in that next day. I think I just
We've
sent
heard
a
that
picture.
before.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, several times on this very radio program.
Fed fan says, what are you going to do, Phil, when LeBaby goes out with an injury in the second quarter, huh? What are you going to do? And remember, Jeffrey, I'll need a section at the bar so I can watch the U.S. Open while you guys make your fantasy football picks.
I'd probably say, hey, Steph, where's that butt pad you had all year?
Fed fan, it's not my responsibility to find you a TV with the U.S. Open or even a place at the bar.
Yeah,
It's not up to me, but you know, I'll try. I will do that for you.
God bless you.
Daylight Drew says, I'm hoping the Suns pull this off. Many years ago in 8th grade, I was Al McCoy's paper boy. He's the one I want him to win it for. You know what? That is a good point. Al McCoy
He
deserves
it.
this more than any fan, more than any player, any coach, anybody. Al McCoy, I want this for him.
Yeah, the blood, sweat, and tears he's put into that
Absolutely.
each and every day.
He's the all-around best at what he does, period. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, a lot of butts.
Jagdog says, Jeffrey, do any listeners do shirt printing? I think we should have some shut the hell up Phil shirts made, and maybe the proceeds can go to Arizona Sports Angels. That is a great idea, Jagdog.
Do we know any Speedo makers?
No, there's going to be no damn Speedos.
Wow.
The Jet says, I'm like you, Jeffrey, but it's usually pancakes. I ate too many pancakes. Ugh. Yeah. By the way, the over-under on LeBron faking an injury is 2. He does it every damn game. Every game.
Yeah.
Helibin Mike says, I'm at least 80 miles from Snotsdale, and I can assure you no one wants to see Filthy's drawers.
It's not drawers. It's a Speedo.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Sheriff Tom says, LeBron is the GOAT, the greatest winner of all time. King James, actually, he's a queen of drama. That went a completely Wait a second. Sheriff Tom, there was a spelling error. Let me reread that. LeBron is the GOAT, greatest whiner of all time. King James, how about the queen of drama? Bam!
There we go. There we go, Sheriff Tom.
Sheriff
We
Tom,
got your back.
I think you had it right the first time.
No.
Box of Screws says, you know what there's too much of, Phil? Baker's Cocky Hen says, Phil can put a jumbo coconut shrimp in a Speedo. Target that, Jeffrey.
Oh, boy.
Cards
boy.
Chappie says, Red Lobster, endless shrimp, Monday, coconut shrimp for the win.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Ooh,
There you
coconut
go.
shrimp, that would be a challenge because that is a thicker, richer kind of a sauce on that.
Yeah.
Is it only coconut shrimp?
No, they have like 4 to choose
Okay,
from.
good,
It's
good,
like
good.
shrimp fettuccine Alfredo, coconut shrimp, popcorn shrimp, and grilled skewered shrimp.
Yeah, I would either do the grilled skewered or the popcorn shrimp. The that coconut shrimp, that's different.
That's
I don't know how.
That's a filler.
I'd like to find out, but I don't know how many I could actually do. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. Can we talk about the NFL quarterbacks then?
Boy, I hope so.
I think that's what we're going to do. We come on back. It's the NFL quarterbacks here on the Daily Blender on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And after hearing about all the success these other guys have had here at the radio station with Valley Medical Weight Loss, I finally joined in, and man, am I glad I did. I'm already seeing results. What's great about Valley Medical Weight Loss is how easy they make it to lose weight at any one of their 3 Valley locations, and they help you customize a plan that works for your lifestyle and, more importantly, your wallet. Get with them today and see what program works best for you. Mention Fanatic, you'll get your first week free. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Somebody's listening in Puerto Rico right now.
No kidding.
Yeah, I just saw that on my little nifty map thingy here. I wonder who the hell's in Puerto Rico. Hey, if you're in Puerto Rico, send us a text so we know what's going on there.
VPN.
Oh, really? I thought those only just bounced in the United States.
No. I'm currently exploring on Panama.
Oh, see, is that you in Puerto Rico?
No.
Oh, you're not listening. You're on the show.
Yeah. No need to listen when I'm in listening live.
I'm confused. Well, whatever the case, hola, Puerto Rico. 888-368-1580. We're going to talk about NFL quarterbacks here, but first, let me just clean up the text line and we will move on. Just a Tip says, filthy. I'll let you back on the Suns bandwagon, but you'll always have the shame of abandonment, which means you'll have to wear a Scarlet A pen.
All right, is that not going to be the tattoo scarlet red letter that I'm going to be having?
No, you're getting the Phoenix Suns logo. If you come back as a Suns fan, you already got a cool tattoo for it. So, but you should have some sort of a punishment. I'm not saying a tattoo. I'm saying that you'll have to wear, anytime you celebrate the Suns, you have to wear a pin that has the Scarlet A on it.
Fair enough.
All right. Good Cat says, Randy, could you pour Phil a tall glass of shut the hell up?
I'm not sure which one to use.
It's probably heavy laxative.
Yeah, I think it'd be more of a beer situation than a whiskey one.
Okay, there we go.
Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil is like a Ken doll downstairs. He needs to wear a belt on his damn Speedos.
Jesus.
Wow.
Helaman Mike says, La baby, la baby, la baby, la baby, la baby, la baby, la baby. May the fleas of 1,000 camels infest the jockeys of every Lakers.
Fleas of 1,000 camels.
The Jets, he just sent me over a meme. You know, I can't do memes on a radio show, but it says LeBron, breaking news, LeBron out for 3 more games after a vigorous flop, which he tore his vagina.
Good Lord.
Damn.
Ooh.
Is that even possible? Just a Tip says, Jeffrey, curious about the memorabilia you'll be decorating your Harman Solar with. Huh? What are you talking about? My Harman Solar studio? What is he talking about? What are you talking about? Just a Tip. First Cav Mike says, right on, Randy. Good, crazy hockey. Crazy good hockey. That was just from moments ago. Did you say something about hockey?
No, but a while back when we were talking hockey, I believe it was last hour. Perhaps it was early this hour.
Man, his app has really got a delay.
There has been some crazy good hockey going on. Yeah.
Right now, there's some crazy decent basketball going on between the Nets and the Celtics, and the Nets are up by 6. So it's early in the game, so whatever. 888-368-1580. He says, Harman Solar Studio. Well, we've got memorabilia all over the place in here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
I know on the YouTube thing, all you see is a backdrop that says Harmon Solar Studios and the Fanatic emoji. But as I look throughout this studio, there's tons of great memorabilia in here. Tons of it. Flying Monkey says, don't be disrespectful to LeBron. It's a mangina. Be fair.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. All right. So let's do this. I got it right here. Let's talk quarterbacks. Of course, we can't start talking quarterbacks unless we talk about Aaron Rodgers. And he finally did say a few things on Kenny Mayne's last day over there at the ESPN. And yeah, he's really focused. I think you're right, Randy, on the GM Brian Gutekunst. I really think that's the only person he didn't name. He says, "Oh, I love the Packers. I love the coaches. I love the players. I love my teammates. I love the fan base. I love everybody." He was not the GM though. He didn't say not the GM though, but he didn't mention the front office or the GM. So he said, "Yeah, it's been incredible 16 years. It's about a philosophy, maybe forgetting it's about the people that make things go." So that's all about the GM right there.
Are we going to talk about his Visconti half doused hair that he showed up on national television?
No, because I'm not a girl, and I was listening to what the quarterback was saying, not caring that he looked like a half dirty, like French terrorist on the TV. He did. He looked he looked horrible. But that's not my focus. My focus is on what the man said. And what he's saying is it's about character, it's about culture, it's about doing things the right way. So Aaron Rodgers, salty about the players they let go, salty about the fact that they, drafted Jordan Love. And although he says, "Hey, I love Jordan Love. I he's a great kid." It's not about that. He says it's all about the everything, and it all about the everything points right at GM Brian Gutekunst and maybe Mark Murphy too. So.
I just don't know why they don't make a move. If Aaron Rodgers has done so much for this ball club, why doesn't the president,
yet, like you say,
why doesn't the president do something about this situation?
They don't need to wait for June to fire their general manager, Jeffrey.
Because they're not going to fire the general manager. They're just not for whatever reason. Well, I'll tell you what, that must be the most convincing human being on the planet that they have decided to choose him over Aaron Rodgers, last year's MVP.
I don't know how they're going to win without a quarterback. What are you going to put Jordan Love in there, and you have no wide receiver core? You got a pretty decent offensive line, but how about when that offensive line decides to lay down on you?
About that, Randy, remember all the times we had Phil go home and run simulations on Madden to tell us what would happen in certain scenarios? And that was always fun for us, not so much for Phil, because then that tied up his Xbox for like 12 hours and he just had to sit there and do nothing. But you don't have to worry about this one, Phil, because somebody else did it. Will Brinson did it. And they ran some Madden simulations, the 2021 season, that involved Rodgers getting traded. And the amazing thing is who did well, who didn't do well.
Okay.
First part, the Broncos. In the simulations, he went to Denver, and then they had a 6-10 record. That's what happens because, Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, Broncos, not a great team. You're in a division with Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, Patrick Mahomes would be the highlight there. But besides them, Chargers, bring it on.
Okay, let's go to your rival, the Raiders. They didn't do a whole lot better. Derek Carr gone. Rodgers leads the Raiders to an 8-8 record. So here's the thing that was really telling, though. Packers trade Aaron Rodgers and win the Super Bowl without him in this Madden simulation.
How? Who'd they have at quarterback?
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
No way.
But that was what the Madden has figured out. That's right. So that is an amazing thing to see in a simulation that the Madden people have ranked Jordan Love as a high enough ranked quarterback to actually even pull that off in a simulation.
Yeah.
Now, remember, his game has not been updated to the 17th game in the season yet. It was still a 16 game. I don't know if that really plays in or not, but that's what happens. Now, here's the thing. Anywhere Aaron Rodgers went, he didn't do great, except for one team, the Panthers. Panthers improved with them going 12-4, but they didn't get anywhere near the Super Bowl in the simulations. They always ended up losing in the divisional round. Saints would be 7-9. Dolphins would be 6-10. And like I told you, the Broncos were still going to be the Broncos. So that is what at least the computer simulations are pooping out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you sure you want him?
Oh, I absolutely do. Look, real life and Madden don't always correlate. And within Madden, I think anybody who knows the quarterback position doesn't always indicate more so. They do go more into heavy team-based analytics, far more than what the quarterback is actually relying upon within the actual real life of the NFL.
So the millennial's now going to turn his back on sabermetrics.
And that's not Madden's not sabermetrics. Calm
He's
down.
going to turn his back on all the numbers.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Madden is made up of numbers, is it not? I mean, we talk about Madden ratings. We talked about what they're doing last season compared to what they're doing this season. Of course, and their Madden ratings move up and down. Where do you think they get?
But they're
that?
not
That's
purely
sabermetrics.
Predicative, because there are surprise superstars. There's a Darius Leonard here that you can't predict will be an All-Pro in his first season. There's other guards. How do you equate a good offensive line within a Madden? There's a lot of outside factors that can indicate what goes
help me
on.
understand, because I'm not a gamer. So don't these ratings still fluctuate during the year?
They do
as
fluctuate
their
during the year.
performances. Okay, so where are they getting that data? It has to be rating upon what they're actually doing, right?
Well, just that, absolutely, Randy, where they are fluctuating and responding within the year. They're like, oh, you know what, Terry McLaurin of the Washington football team, he's a lot better than just a second round rookie. He's playing like a All-Pro, Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver. Let's bump up his catching, because he's obviously improved in that during the offseason. He's a better pro than he is a prospect.
Two things. One, the Nets are now 12 up on the Celtics. Two, Phil's just mad because it said the Broncos suck still.
No.
That's it.
I do have one thing to respond, though, before we get to more NFL quarterbacks. Breaking news, New York Knicks, Julius Randle wins NBA's Most Improved Player Award.
What does that have to do with the NFL?
Not a darn thing.
Oh, I thought you said it was an NFL thing.
I said before we get to more NFL quarterbacks.
Well, good for him. All right. So listen, the Packers also have another juggernaut of a weapon. Donald Hammond is going. Yeah, Donald Hammond is going to work out for the Packers. So when you got Donald Hammond sniffing around, you don't need no Aaron Rodgers.
Is it Ralph's son, Harmon Solar Studios?
Who the hell is Donald Hammond?
He's a quarterback.
Never heard
Air
of him.
Force. Here's the thing about this kid. He's actually really damn good. He had a quarterback passing efficiency, 164.09, averaged 10.5 yards an attempt, threw 18 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, rushed for 924 yards, got 22 touchdowns that way. But here is what happened. An honor violation involving academics is why he missed the 2020 season and then left the academy. So he is a really great player. He's a man without a country, and that's why you didn't see him in the draft, but he might be a pretty damn good NFL quarterback out there. So, it might be interesting to see what the Packers or some other team come up with Donald Hammond.
I don't even know if he makes a team. Blake Bortles is over there. How dare you disrespect that man?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lock. Donald Hammond will be on the Packers. All the confidence in the world there. Slop Tart is back. Hey, Slop Tart.
He popped out of the toaster this morning.
Says, hey, Guinness me, Randy. I got a fresh one, but I need another. Double fist them Guinnesses.
There we go, my friend.
Senior Wake and Bake says, okay, Murray's short. Wentz is a backup, and Denver has no quarterback. Thank you, Senior Wake and Bake. President Wallet says, hey, make sure you pour bleach down the drain and get rid of the teeth this time. What I meant to say was, no, I'm not going to say that. And what does that teeth thing have to do with anything?
I don't.
I'm not going to reward you, President Wallet. Baker's Cocky Hen says, hey, Red Lobster has 4 kinds of all-you-can-eat shrimp. Jumbo coconut shrimp, Walt's favorite shrimp, which is fried, butterflied shrimp. Garlic shrimp scampi, and wood-grilled shrimp skewers, $17.99.
There we go.
For all you can eat, huh?
So which one of those do you think I would rather have 100 of? I think
the skewer.
All of them.
Kind of like I probably would try some of that Walt's favorite shrimp. I might have done that, or I'll just go with the scampi shrimp.
Yeah, because I know you're not going the fettuccine Alfredo. That's too filling. It's more pasta based.
Chiefs Skulls Burner says no one really loves the Packers. They just endure them. Large Marge says LeBron James can't even remember what part of his vagina he tore. Come on,
boy.
he's a fake injury. Is a
Oh,
fake
boy.
injury, and you
Good
know
Lord,
it.
stop
Wow.
it.
He
Stop it.
faked that vagina tear.
No,
Wow.
stop it. Stop.
Just Tip says on the Twitter video feed, you have only Harmon Solar. I can't see any other gear. Yeah, that's because I don't know. I could show you around the room if you like, Just a Tip, during the next break.
Like a Pimp My House show.
No, I'm just gonna like
show you my
slowly.
crib.
I'll slowly turn the camera around so people can see what's going on in here. That's what they want. Helavan Mike says, if the baby steps the wrong way, I think his uterus might fall out.
Oh boy.
See, that's why they wear the compression shorts, Helavan Mike, because on the off chance LeBron's uterus falls out, you can't have that on the court. You can't have it on the court because then nobody would ever want to clean like those guys that run out with the towels. They're like, I quit. I'm done. I'm out.
It's going to be a phenomenal game too.
I have a lot more NFL quarterback stuff to talk about, but I guess we'll have to do that when we come back. And of course, we have on this day in big Georgia sports history coming up. We've got a bunch of random NFL stuff. We got a wheel of sports. We got many, many things that we need to do here. So everybody, we got one more hour to go. And then an hour after that, we get to all watch our Phoenix Suns play the Los Angeles Fakers.
Are we going to dissect game by game the entire season of Julius Randle's incredible career as most improved player this year?
No,
that's not even on the sheet. No. Never will be.
Never will.
No. All right, guys, come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought
Until it isn't working.
Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated.
If it plugs in, we work with it.
Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Why so serious?
So with your plastic, you are wrong.
Spilled your drink? Quick, the Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading value brand. So you can get back to the party. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil there, and we're all in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, 888-368-1580. That's the Summit Mail Medical text line. Text in, and in this hour, I want your score predictions. Phil has given us score prediction of the Lakers winning, what was it?
115
to 98.
To 98 for the Suns.
All right. So Phil's got his prediction, and if he's right, I will wear a Speedo Laker. That's extra. It's outside of our other bet. So that is my honorable manly bet that I have made. I'm not too worried about it. People generally, you just get lucky with a score guess. Score predictions are usually just, if you're somewhere in the range, then I'll give you like, hey, I'm impressed. But if you get it exactly right, oh, hell yeah, I'll wear the Speedo.
All right. Yeah, no, I don't feel 100% confident, but I feel fairly confident in my prediction. I'd say out of a scale of 0 to 10, I go like 7.
I don't know how you can feel this way. I think you should be feeling like about a 3. Earlier in the show, Randy did an amazing Randy rant about the feet because I needed a little prompting because I'm just feeling a little unsure. Usually when I love a team, it's hard for me to just say they're going to kick their ass. Usually I'm very reserved on that. So I asked Randy to give me some inspiration, and let's go ahead and have that now, Phil.
I conjured that up.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns have been in the desert and in the wasteland for too long. And now it's time, Jeffco. It's time for their time to shine. Like the giant sun in the sky, the Phoenix Suns will rise from the wasteland of the desert, and they will conquer those that are coming from the Pacific coastline. They will put the sunburn on the Lakers, and they will succeed tonight. It is all part of the plan. Tonight, the Phoenix Suns will dig deep, and they will mount their giant steeds and draw their 6-shooters as they head west to conquer the Lakers of Los Angeles. They will dethrone and deflower the Lakers. Yeah. The Lakers will be no more. They will go away, and they will be upset and embarrassed that such an upstart team like the Phoenix Suns castrated them in the wasteland of the desert. Believe, Jeffco. Believe. These are your Phoenix Suns.
You had me at deflower. Yep, there you go. Yeah. That's the Randy rant on the Phoenix Suns tonight. Let's hear your guys' score predictions. 888-368-1580. Very, very excited about that. And I'll start reading off some of your guys' predictions here in a second. So just text them in and hang in there a second. But I've got something very important before we move on and talk about tonight's game and also more NFL quarterbacks.
All right.
This is a very educational moment for a lot of you guys. First off, Phil, how do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
You're an Arizona man.
Thank you.
Randy, how do you like your steak cooked?
Well, because of my situation, I have to have it medium to medium well.
Okay, I understand that. You get a pass. I like it rare, and my wife likes it medium rare. Well, it turns out that somebody did a survey of all 50 states. They looked at the Google stats, and Arizona is a medium rare state. So I applaud you, Arizona.
Way to go.
Because it is in the Constitution of these United States of America, barring medical issues, that rare or medium rare is the way to eat your steak. And one of the things that was very interesting and makes a lot of sense is there's only 3 states that said, bring us the rare. We want the rare. Okay, here it is. Wyoming, South Dakota, and Oregon. Oregon, the place where I
Oregon
had
makes
my childhood. I grew up there half the time. Then I came the rest of the time here in Arizona. So that makes all the sense in the world.
I'm just kind of I'm intrigued. How did your parents like their steaks?
Rare. Yeah, absolutely rare. And there is 3 states where people were very interested in trying what's called a blue steak. You know what that is, right? A blue steak is where you just sear the outside. So it's even rarer than rare. And the people who are interested in trying it are New York, Hawaii, and Massachusetts.
Wow.
I think I've made some blue steak at my own house because I'll cook everybody else's steak and then I'll just kind of at the last minute throw mine on and bring it in. So maybe that's what I like, Randy. Maybe I like it blue.
Wow. So you like the raw steak?
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, if I can eat the sushi, why can't I eat the raw steak, right? Raw fish, raw steak. What's the difference?
Well, listen, I'm not going to tell anybody how to eat their steak. That's your own business, your own personal preference. I would have a hard time with not having a little more doneness. I mean, if I did not have the existing circumstances that I have, I would probably have like a medium rare, or rare.
That's fine.
I would have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I have to get into a safe temperature there with the steak, though.
I understand that. I understand that. I have never grilled a steak that was unhealthy. I always make sure it gets up to temperature. Only a couple of times have I done what you'd consider a blue steak. But by the way, listen, no matter how you like your steak cooked, understand this. I will be judging you. I will be judging you over it. In fact, it's not just me. A lot of other people will too. A new study found half of us judge people who don't like the steak cooked the way we like it cooked. 53% say they'd even dump somebody over it.
Wow. I couldn't go
No
that
kidding.
I don't think I would dump somebody over it because I don't mind cooking my wife's a little more if she wants it. Now she likes it medium rare, so respectable. But I just cook them different. No big deal.
Could you ever go beyond where you like it? Is it still edible to you beyond there?
Once you get past medium rare, it's really
hard.
I mean,
because I grew up and
it better really taste good.
Yeah, my parents were worried about my steak eating habits when I was young, so they always made sure I was well done. And so I grew up with that. But then after a point, I grew up and got to medium rare. I got acclimated.
You became a man. Yeah. So medium and medium rare tied for the most popular way to cook a steak. But rare is rare is the way to go. Medium rare. Come on, people. And you will be judged. I don't think I'd break up with somebody over it, but I might defriend somebody over it. Can't hang out with somebody who.
Wow. Randy, you better hope that condition doesn't worsen.
I said, barring medical issues, Phil.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, when you're on medication and you have you got a medication going on and you have to take the medication. You got to do what the doctors say. You have no choice.
Absolutely.
That just like his steak is that way for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
The copious amounts of whiskey I drink every night, I have informed my wife, is for medical purposes. It's about health and safety, Phil. Health and safety.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Judge me now. If the sauce is red or bloody, I won't eat it. Pink is fine if the juice is brown and clear. Also, I like A1. Now what? Man card violation. How you like that? Pink is fine. Well, that indicates to me a medium rare steak, so I won't bust you on that, but don't be putting no damn A1. That just means you don't know how to grill your food right, or you're buying some cheap ass steak. Treat your mouth better, Baker's Cocky Hens. Buy yourself some nice meat."
Now, I have a question for the Man Card Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Randy White, 1580, the Fanatic, chief meteorologist.
I know who you are. I know
several times we have said on this very program, I have heard you say on this very program, when it comes to pizza, you're not going to tell or judge anybody regarding pizza consumption, specifically pineapple or other type of things. Now, you are judging about steak, though, and issuing Man Card warnings and violations.
First, it's in the Constitution. Second, let me ask you a couple of questions of my own. How seriously do you think I take steak?
Oh, very seriously.
Very.
I would say number one would be bacon.
Yeah.
Number two, steak.
How
very, very close.
Seriously do you think I take pizza?
Not as much.
Well, I probably a top 5 food group for you, Jeffco.
Food group, but I'm not going to take it so seriously that it actually angers me to the point of violence when I see somebody eat it the way I wouldn't want it. But come on, steak. Steak is for the ages. Pizza, a relatively new delicacy for the human mouth, right?
Wow.
But steak, come on. You can get it right if you know how to grill and you know how to pick your meat right. You don't need to be putting sauce on it. Ugh.
Well, the sauce, I have a hard time with the sauce.
Yeah,
I gotta be
A1.
honest. But you know what? If somebody has the A1, I'm not going to beat them up over it.
I'm going to beat them up. I'm just going to shake my head and say, that's horrible. You just have bad grill skill or you have no taste. Boogie says A1 is for when somebody messes up a steak, okay? Pizza is cultural. Steak, that's a man's game. You're damn right.
Pizza is cultural. Steak is forever.
It's a man's game. Yeah, and he says, by the way, is it a black and blue steak where the steak is quickly seared and then blue cheese melts on top of it? You could call it that. I don't care for the blue cheese personally. Butter on a steak. Oh yeah, that's permissible. Oh, butter.
What about garlic butter?
Even better. Even better.
Yeah. Okay.
Senior Wake and Bake says, I like it done. No mooing. No worms wanted. Dude, nobody's getting worms from steak. What's wrong with you? Phil, I bet you like it burnt like the sun's. You're going to burn that ass in half. No, he says he likes it medium rare.
I pretty much stated that.
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, I like A1 as a condiment for fries, though. Oh, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, it's like a barbecue sauce.
He says, a few times I've made beef Wellington. I've always eaten the bits of trimmings from the tenderloin raw. You get a real sense of the pure, unadulterated beef flavor when you do that.
Do you have you ever had like a Philly cheesesteak, Jeffrey?
Yes.
Do you request it a little bit more?
No, that's different because there's sauteed. I don't like onions, but I will have onions in a Philly cheesesteak if I have to, because there's a difference. It's sauteed, kind of caramelized, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, certain things you adjust for, like a tuna noodle casserole. That's the only conduit in format where I like tuna.
You ain't eating no damn tuna, nothing, except for sushi. That's weird. I can eat tuna sushi, but I hate the rest of it. Ugh.
See, there we go.
Large Marge says lower score actually would favor the Suns. Neither team is shooting threes good right now. It's all about defense. 101-94 Suns. Hashtag Aiton's Army. And oh yeah, A1 is for Bloody Marys or Micheladas. Geez Louise. Man Bear Pig says truffle butter from Ocean 44. That's the best it can get.
Is that?
What's Ocean 44?
I don't think you're supposed to be able to say that on.
Oh, damn it. Is that something bad?
Truffle, yes.
Well, truffle butter is not a real thing for food. Okay, just moving on. Fed Fan said, yeah, don't look it up. Fed Fan says, oh, go ahead and judge me too. I like A1 sauce. Well, you're not a man, so I'm not going to get upset.
I do like the A1 on like a hamburger now. You get a nice grilled hamburger. You put a little A1 on there, some cheddar cheese. Oh, it doesn't get too much better than that.
I don't know. Rare steak, she says. I didn't know Jeffrey was a zombie. By the way, my score, Suns 111, Lakers 107, and they lose again. Cowboy Sparky says, stop it. I'm hungry and I'm at work. Please stop talking about food. Man Bear Pig says, it's a steakhouse. Oh my God. You guys never been there before? Okay, is Ocean 44 a euphemism, Phil, or is that an actual place?
I'll look that one up, but I know truffle butter's a euphemism.
Oh. Do I want to know?
I'll tell you off air.
Oh, God, that means I don't want to know. Thunder Snow says the copious amounts of rum I drink is definitely for medicinal purposes. Yeah. Just the Tip says, serious talk. Full pink center with a trace of blood and a smoke line that is half the thickness of the steak. Bam! There you go, buddy. That's you go.
Good. Yeah.
He says, by the way, if men were to update player rankings and play simulations based on those rankings by the end of the season, I bet that I'd beat that team all to hell. Yes, Red Lobster, all you can eat shrimp. They're definitely a life hack. Good Cat says, I am very proud to say that I was able to convince my brother to change his steak, this preferences. I don't understand what that means. Growing up, he would only eat his steaks well done to charcoal. I cooked him a medium rare steak at his house. And now that's the only way he eats it because he realized, oh my God, that is my flavor.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the difference is people who eat it well done did not grow up with medium rare. And so once you convert them, once you can get them to get beyond that, oh, it's still kind of bleeding. Once you get past that, then there you go.
You know, I could convert people to two different things.
Oh,
and
oh Lord.
What do you think I'm going to say, Phil? What the hell do you think I'm going to say?
I'm afraid is what I'm going to say.
One is if you've never had a rare or medium rare steak, I would challenge you at least try it medium rare. And if you don't, here's the nice thing. If you try it, say at a restaurant or at your house, and you don't like it, you try it, like legitimately try it. And then you can always take it back out there, throw it back in the grill, and take it the rest of the way you like it. You can't go the other direction, right? The other thing is, you should always try everything at least once, food-wise, easy, Phil, food-wise. And I always say, you can't say you don't like something if you haven't tried it. And, well, then have you tried mayonnaise and peanut butter mixed together?
I have not.
What on earth is wrong with you?
I'm just saying it's a test in actually trying something before you say you don't like it. Now, I accidentally mixed those two flavors together once, and that actually is pretty good. Mayonnaise and peanut butter. Try a little, I don't mean a whole sandwich of it. You take a little dollop of each, kind of mix them together, and just taste it. Trust me on this. It's actually pretty good. But the moral of the story is you can't say you don't like something if you ain't never tried it. You have to try it. Heavy Metal Maniac says here in town is Ocean 44 and a Steak 44. It's a very high-end restaurant. That's why we don't know about it.
Now, Steak 44 is absolutely tremendous.
Well, how did you not connect Ocean 44 and Steak 44 together?
I go like, Ocean's
The
19.
44 is pretty much a given.
No, it's not. Calm down. A number is a number is a number.
You keep telling me to calm down. I'm going to go in there and poke you in the eye.
Calm down.
You really want me to poke you in the eye?
But Steak 44, the only place where I could have had an entire meal of mashed potatoes. It was fantastic. And
you were focused on the wrong thing.
No, each thing got better. The mashed potatoes just started out that well.
Bear Pig says it's in Scottsdale. Come on, I'm not trolling, I promise. Ocean 44. Go try it. Best steak you'll ever eat, and you'll thank me every day for the rest of your life.
It is very good.
Just a tip says best steak I ever ate was bacon wrapped, air dried filet mignon, air fryer, 400 degrees for 4 minutes, flip it 3 minutes, then top with some A1. Oh my God. Yeah, no, thank you. By the way, I get it with the I'm giving up on the air fryer, by the way. That's for taquitos and just silly things. I haven't really seen anything come out of that thing that was cooked right.
That's too bad.
Like a
That's
full
too
on.
bad, Jeffco.
Somebody's gonna have to teach me something on that. Seahack says medium rare, but A1 sauce is banned from my house. Good man, Seahack.
Yeah, good.
Hefty Lefty says truffle butter is actually a type of compound butter, but it's also used as a sexy term. You should never ever Google image search.
Oh no image search.
I'm not searching at all. I'm a good kid. I'm only allowed to watch Disney movies. Ask my mama. Baker's Cocky Him says I could try it without any A1 at my house, or I guess take a thermometer to the restaurant, but food poisoning sucks, man. I worked in food places too often to trust anybody to make it safe. Well, just grill it yourself. Try it that way. Yeah, I understand your concern. I get you. Helaman Mike, thank you. Let's see. Senior Wake and Bake says, Jeffrey, mayo and peanut butter. You need a food intervention. Have you tried it? How can you say no? You take a little piece of bread, like a teeny little piece of bread, put a little mayonnaise on it, a little bit of peanut butter on it, and just try it. Trust me. I found out by mistake how good it is.
Jewish rye or sourdough?
White bread. That's you don't want to detract from the mayonnaise and peanut butter, Phil.
Yeah. You'd hate to lose any of that flavor.
FedFan says, I'm taking food advice from a dude that says I should try the peanut butter and mayo now. Is that what's happening? You guys are saying, listen, do not be closed-minded. I'm just try it. Try it before you say you don't like it. Thunder Snow says, I wonder how Phil can afford Steak 44. I picture he's lost a paycheck away from being homeless.
Oh, yikes.
Prison Wallet says, not everything belongs in the air fryer, but I will say one thing that does is pork tenderloin. I don't know how she does it, but it has a little bit of brown sugar on it, and it is amazing. I'm sure there's some good recipes and stuff. I just haven't quite gotten there yet with it. Hefty Lefty says a great way to get people to try more medium rare and rare beef is to start them with some flank steak. It won't look as bloody, and it's much more tender and flavorful.
There we go.
All right.
Not a bad idea. Like I said, guys, you can take a garbage steak and make it actually taste pretty good if you don't overcook it. Imagine how good steak can be. We're going to take a break. We come back. let's get back to talking about some NFL quarterbacks and stuff. Still looking for your guys' guesses at tonight's score when the Suns beat the Lakers. But we'll be right back after this. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook, but that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans. And we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
This is Dale Hellestrade from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan. And what if I told you you've been duped? Duped into believing that low mortgage rates equal low interest cost. They don't. Even at a rate under 3% for 30 years, you will still pay 50% more for your home. Are you kidding me? Our clients become mortgage free in well under 10 years, and their monthly payments go down, not up. It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MD1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m., Suns and Lakers, Game 2. How did the Suns do? We'll recap the game and give our thoughts going into Game 3. D-backs start a series against the Giants. Is there a win coming? Any NFL OTA news? I'll get you updated. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event. Wednesday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Our beautiful daughter, Ashley, was only 12 years old when a distracted driver went through the light and ran into our van. When an email comes over your phone or a phone call or voicemail, it's not worth it.
Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's the greatest spectacle in racing. Speed of 230 miles per hour. 200 laps. 500 miles.
Only one driver takes home the BorgWarner Trophy and gets the icy cold drink of milk in victory lane.
For 105 years, it has been a Memorial Day tradition. The Indianapolis 500. Hear it live, May 30th, on your home for the Indy 500. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Hefty Lefty says, I don't know, man. Tad hypocritical coming from a guy who won't try Rocky Mountain oysters. That's a little bit different. I know what those are, and I don't want to taste them. You can forget it. I'm never going to try. I'm not putting anything or anybody else's, you know what I'm saying, in my mouth. I ain't doing it.
Is it going to make you sick, Jeffrey?
I ain't doing it.
No, it won't make you sick. Is it an actual food?
Nope. I ain't doing it. It's not hypocritical. I'm talking about the basics of food, man. You try it. Like there's some other foods that I'm like, yeah, I already know I won't like it because this. Now, if somebody says, I don't like mayonnaise. Okay, then that's fine. Or they say, I don't like peanut butter. All right, well, then you don't have to do nothing. But don't ever say you don't like something if you've never tried it. I can already tell you, I just won't try Rocky Mountain oysters. You might be right. I might think that's the best food I ever ate. But guess what? I ain't putting those in my mouth. I ain't putting them in my mouth. Ever. Random texter says, if you had Rocky Mountain oysters, Jeffrey, and didn't know what they were, I bet you'd love them. No, I'm just not going to ever eat them. Just not doing it. Swave Dave says, Leah and Perrin's steak sauce is better than A1 if you need some steak sauce. But Lee and Perrin's is great on some pork chops.
I just don't get why people need sauces all the time. I like some nice sauce on some things, but it never steak. I mean, I like brats without even any ketchup or any condiments on it. I just like to taste the actual flavor. If something tastes good by itself, why are you adding to it? Do you taste it first before you start slathering stuff on it? Or do you just assume it needs it?
Well, where's the line for you, Jeffrey? Because obviously you said butter, garlic butter, all that stuff, even like a little salt maybe here and there, whatever that is, works for you.
Béarnaise sauce can be pretty good on a steak.
Even there. So what's the line? Is it something when it overpowers it instead of complements it?
Yeah, A1 drastic. It doesn't complement. It drastically changes the taste of the meat.
Yeah,
it overpowers or covers it up. Randy, what are your thoughts on the A1 and the Worcestershire?
Well, I put Worcestershire in my Bloody Marys, but I don't usually put that on my steaks. I will, however, use that on for like chicken or pork. If I'm doing some sort of a brine or some sort of a marinade, I could use that. Now, as far as the A1 goes, I'm not a big, like I said, every once in a while, I'll have an A1 slathered on a nice, homemade hamburger piled high with, lettuce and tomato and stuff. Oh, that's pretty good. But yeah, I stay away from the sauces. I like to taste the meat.
Yeah, the only sauce I'm on is the whiskey in my shot glass. Jeff Van Gundy says, just now getting off for work, is this loser Phil making excuses for his team already? Did LeBron fake an injury during the pregame warmups already? Has that happened? Love my Suns, but the Lakers 108, Suns 104. And just a reminder that when the Fakers win, everyone loses.
There's a lot to dissect there, but I think in order, no.
He says also, the score predictions I thought was what we were talking about. Instead, we're discussing putting meat in our mouth and truffle butter. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
Fed fan says, Jeffrey, why are you a sauce judger? What has sauce ever done to you? It has ruined good meat. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not talking about all sauces. Worcestershire A1 is just, it's an abomination on a steak. Baker's Cocky Hens says, I don't add sauce to a tasty. Ooh, I can't read that. He said, used to be a steakhouse in downtown Gilbert called the Grain Belt. Scalloped potatoes were worth fighting LeBron for. I would order it myself for a takeout. They were so damn good. They shut down years ago, sadly, but now it's more built up and would be a success now if they were open. I hate when places go that I used to like. Random Texter says, you cook a steak right, it don't need a sauce. Amen, sir. Amen. Large Marge says, in a steak with bacon wrapped around it, call that the G's Louise. I have yet to see steak with bacon wrapped around it actually come out good.
Yeah, it never does it. Like, even if you have it on the side, it'd be all right. But
well, what you got to do is maintain the steak's crunchiness, and I guess the only way to do that would be in an air fryer. Randy, is there a way to preserve the steak's crunchiness when you're putting it on a steak?
The bacon's crunchiness?
What did I say? That's what I meant. Yeah,
steak.
Bacon's crunchiness.
Well, I mean, I could see that if you prepare the bacon ahead of time and then you put it on and you grill the steak and let the juices of the bacon get in there, you kind of bake the bacon and then you put it on there and let the juices kind of trickle down into the steak. That would be good, and then the bacon would probably be crispy at that point. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I mean,
for one, I don't like cooking with bacon. Unless it's a very specific recipe that calls for it.
It's tough to get right. And I love my bacon. I love my steak. I don't have to combine them. I don't have to have them together. I can enjoy them for what they are. Perfect food all by themselves. Boogie says, Durant. That's right. The Nets are up over the Celtics 67-43. And this is not going well for Boston right now.
Yeah, I think out of all the first round matchups, I think it's widely known that the Nets are probably the most fortunate of all the teams with their draw. Because even if you're looking at the 76ers, you could say, well, 1 versus an 8 seed. Yes, that's true. But they still have Russell Westbrook. They still have Bradley Beal, 2 very all elite stars. Whereas you lost Jaylen Brown if you're the Celtics, and you've certainly got enough to compensate over what Jason Tatum can provide from the Celtics if you're the Nets.
And the time it took for Phil to say that, it's now 69-43.
I always wait to get to 69.
And Boogie says, I'm ready for the fakers. Friday's close enough. And he has poured himself a bottle of Popper 12. Right?
Popper 12.
I keep seeing you with a fresh bottle of Proper 12. I feel like Boogie keeps buying me my bottle of Proper 12 and he goes, nah, pop. And then he just starts drinking on it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
That's
Why
all
not?
right, man. I got enough whiskey of my own. I can wait for the bottle you owe me of the Proper 12. Jeff Van Gundy says, Phil, what do you mean no? I said Lakers win. Get your bandwagon fandom straight, you moron.
No, you said if Fakers win, we all lose or something. So
no, that's true. Everybody loses.
No, that's
no, he's right.
He said
Absolutely.
Lakers 108,
Yeah.
Suns 101 or something
104,
like that. He said,
104.
but keep in mind when the Fakers win, we all lose.
All right.
Yeah,
So no,
exactly.
no.
No,
yes,
he's right. Jeff Van Gundy also says, I asked LeBron to autograph my napkin once at a restaurant, and I gave him a pat on the shoulder. He fell out of his chair, and he waved for the trainer to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin Tip says, Jeffrey, I am not drowning my filet with A1. Same as I don't drown my veggie with dressing. It's used as a compliment. It's called subtlety. Well, how about you subtly just leave the A1 aside and enjoy the steak for what it is?
Do you like a strong blue cheese dressing on your salad or anything?
No, I don't like blue cheese. I'm not a fan of the blue cheese. It's just my thing. But I can say I've tried it and I didn't like it, and that's why I don't eat it. Good Cat says, past weekend I ate a 15-ounce buffalo ribeye, medium rare, with a ghost pepper butter and smoked salt, bourbon and bones with a steakhouse. It was the best damn meat I've ever had.
No kidding. With the ghost pepper butter?
That was actually from Buffalo, right? That's not just a term, right? Buffalo ribeye. That's you actually ate buffalo? I want to try that. Hefty Lefty says, I think he was referring to Durant's Steakhouse, not Kevin Durant. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he showed me the culinary version of truffle butter. Okay, thank you for that. I don't want to see the other. Swave Dave says, don't sauce steak, just marinate. That's right. 102. Suns, Lakers, 97. Shooter McGavin says, what about prime rib? You get the horseradish. Yeah, I know. And then there's juice sauce there. I don't know. I don't care for it, but I mean, that's whatever. Baker's Cocky Ham says, seriously, the Suns should sign that guy from Game of Thrones, the guy from Ireland who's down to 345, 6'7", body slam fake LeBron. See how he likes a real injury.
Oh my Lord.
You talking about the mountain?
Yeah, that guy definitely would not make it past the drug and steroid testing.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Lakers go down 113 to 109 in overtime.
They will go down.
I don't think that 113-109 is really an overtime score these days, is it?
Overtime is minimum 120.
Yeah, that's an odd prediction, but you know what? Stranger things have happened. Large Marge says, good thing Phil's not a Celtics fan. See how he bails on teams that lose to the Nets.
What?
Yeah, anybody loses the Nets, he bails. So if the Lakers ever lose to the Nets, Phil will bail.
At least they're losing to all three of the stars, not just Harden with two pillows.
Good Cat says yes, actual buffalo, actual bison at the at that Bourbon and Bones. I like the name of that place, Bourbon and Bones. You ever been there, Randy?
I have not. No, I have never heard of it till just now.
We should try that.
Yeah.
Lost Toby says, my girl has me on a diet. It bleeping blows. But I'm going to the D-Bags game tonight, and I'm going to down some nachos and hot dogs.
Wow.
Wait. You're calling them D-Bags. Is that just because they're bad right now, or because you're a fan of who they're playing tonight?
That very easily could have been an autocorrect too.
Lost Toby also says 117-112 was the Grizzlies Warriors overtime game. Now that's a low scoring overtime game. Hefty Lefty says bison meat is absolutely fantastic, sweeter and slightly leaner meat. Fed Fan says Sun should get someone from Iceland. Those folks are strong. Well, that was very just random analysis. Let's do this before I forget. Let's do this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1919, during a Pirates game against the Dodgers, Casey Stengel entertained the fans with what became a very famous stunt. On his way to the dugout after the sixth inning, Casey spied a teammate holding a stunned sparrow in the bullpen. Casey gently tucked the bird under his cap, and when he came out to bat at the top of the seventh, He tipped his cap to the booing crowd, and the bird flew away. Yeah, and then everybody who was booing was like, "Boo! Oh, that's amazing! The bird just came out of his hat." And the umpire was laughing, and here's the thing: what they didn't realize was that he had suddenly and literally flipped the bird at all his haters.
Yeah.
I love that story.
I could see that. Yeah.
Lost Toby says, "I'm a Giants fan, and that was autocorrect, and it was hilarious because I didn't even notice."
Viva Lost Toby.
How does autocorrect even put D-bags? There is not, unless you put that in your dictionary, it wouldn't even put D-bags in autocorrect.
That's the thing, is maybe he's talking to other people just in general. I mean, D-bags is not, look at these D-bags. Look at these D-bags. Those are some D-bags.
Who says that? Who says, look at these D-bags? Look over there, more D-bags. Oh, look at all the D-bags.
Apparently Phil does.
I know.
When he's dressed up like Colonel Sanders.
I know people.
Webster Merriam sitting there getting the dictionary ready and back in the, whenever the hell they made the dictionary. Oh, look at these D-bags. Oh, how do you spell D-bag? D-B-A-G-S. D-bags. Just don't see that. Educated sports dude. By the way, educated sports dude, you don't have to start every text with educated sports dude. We know who you are. It says, "Hey guys," and Phil, "thank you for the great sports knowledge you give us on a daily basis. I listen to you every day. I'm a teacher, and we just ended the school year, so you'll hear a lot more from me during the summer months.
Hey, all right.
Enjoy the game tonight, boys, and go Suns." Thank you, educated sports dude. I appreciate that. Especially the giant lie that we have great sports knowledge that we give you on a daily basis. That's
don't start spreading that around.
Almost a lie so big that they turned off the radio station. So careful with that.
Radio Ronald dock us if we start bringing out actual knowledge.
Yeah, we're not supposed to do that. Baker's Cocky Hen says 109 to 107. Miami versus Bucks, game 1, overtime. Playoffs equal defense if you want to win. So unless you got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, low scoring overtime can happen. And I just think having a giant tough guy take out fake floppers, that should be allowed. Each team should have a goon. You think all those Lakers would attack the strongest man of Ireland for 10 straight years when LeBron falls down like a drama queen? Pretty sure as hell they'd all run away.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I kind of like his thinking.
Oh, stop. Don't you do that.
Dude,
I love that.
Don't you condone this?
We used to have basketball goons.
Yeah. How fun was the game back then?
It was amazing.
No, it was scores of
great.
Are
you kidding?
71 to 69 at the end of the game.
Oh, we loved it. That was awesome. See, Phil, we got to just sit you in a chair, tape your eyelids open, and make you watch the 90s.
Yeah.
All of the games from the 90s.
Yeah.
All of them.
I watched it. Richard Nixon even said,
Richard Nixon is dead. Senior Wake and Bake says Phoenix 102, the not so Showtimers 94. Wilbur says Lakers are not dead until we confirm that they are not breathing. Tonight is the only second step in this mission.
Yes,
that is true.
That's true.
Just the tip throws in go Diamondbacks. I'm so sorry for Filthy. He looks lost unless he's spewing accumulated facts. That was a great insult. That just Phil doesn't even know what to do with that one.
I know it hurts, but in ways that I've never felt before.
Good Cat says, "Gone are the days of enforcers like Oakley and Bill Lambert."
Real skillful big guys. Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says sometimes they'd even kick the cameraman in his Speedo. Phil, seriously. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was the guy with the fishing tackle in his face. Why can't I remember his name all of a sudden? Oh, Dennis Rodman. Random texture says vast sports knowledge. I listen to the Daily Blender for the nonsense and of course Randy's rants.
Well, thank you.
I'm not reading the rest of that random texture because we have to go to a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook, but that also means a lot of greasy pots and pans, and we can't waste time with endless sink changeovers. So we upgraded to Dawn Professional Pot and Pan.
Dawn Professional cleans 58% more pots and pans per sink than the leading competitor.
Less dish soap, fewer changeovers, and more time doing what we love.
Dawn Professional. It's clean. Upgraded. From P&G Professional.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan. And what if I told you you've been duped? Duped into believing that low mortgage rates equal low interest cost. They don't. Even at a rate under 3% for 30 years, you will still pay 50% more for your home. Are you kidding me? Our clients become mortgage free in well under 10 years, and their monthly payments go down, not up. It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari talks about the dangers of emotional investing.
There's two things that people sell. One is greed and one is fear. Whenever you buy either one of those, you're going to end up getting burned because they are the epitome of emotions. And you've heard me say, whenever emotions take over, you're in trouble. If you don't want that to happen to you, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to do an objective evaluation of your portfolio to find the right degree of risk, what you have in your portfolio, what you should have, depending on your age, depending on your emotional makeup, depending on your financial makeup, depending on what your objectives are. All of those things go in to determine the correct balance of portfolio. We'll do that for you. It is free. You have to at least get started.
If you're ready to get started, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical weight loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical weight loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
The Fanatic.
I might be in trouble, Randy.
Good Lord, what's happening?
I've been emotionally investing. I've been buying greed and fear.
In what, Jeffco?
I don't know. I need Mo. I need Mo Ansari. I realize I've been emotionally investing.
I don't believe it for a second.
Oh, my God.
I don't believe that for a second, Jeffco.
And see, that's how you act, Phil. That's acting. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think I'll win another Grammy this year. That's right. I win many Grammys for acting. I'm very.
You'll win a CODA. What is the Charlie, the Oscar,
the EGOT,
the Timon, and the Aspirin.
The Avian Award.
I'll
win the Avian Award. I get all of those awards, man.
I don't know what that is, but you'll win one
just for that one little scene right there. You see, look, Phil got jealous and ran right out of the room. He couldn't take my acting talents there because yeah, that was exhausting, Phil. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was exhausting bit of acting. But you know what I give?
He's not there. He's not listening.
Wait, what?
He's not.
Oh,
there.
I thought he just fell out of his chair. He left the room.
No, he actually left.
Man, is he bitter? He's so bitter. Yeah. Speaking of bitter, did they fire the coach of the Connecticut Sun yet, or does he get to keep his job?
No, I don't think they fired him. I haven't seen anything about it. He did issue an apology, but you know, it was the heat of the moment. Complex situation there with the WNBA. What do they do? Do they fire him right off?
No, he shouldn't be fired. Let me first off, I just saw this. This is bad. I guess Diana Taurasi, she's going to miss 4 weeks. I guess she has a fractured sternum.
Oh, that's no good.
She got injured there. What was she doing? Was that in a game?
Was it somehow basketball injury? She got a fractured sternum?
Yeah, I don't watch the WNBA, so I have no idea what happened.
Wow.
But she's hurt. And that's too bad.
She lost it. She got hurt during a game against the Connecticut Sun.
Oh, okay. Well, Well, wow, the Connecticut Sun made the Goons, I guess.
But she played the next 2 games before she got
before they
CT
realized
scan.
how bad it was.
Yeah, they're like,
With
oh,
a
wait, there's-
fractured sternum.
Yeah.
Good on her. Good on
Wow.
her for that. Well, anyway, back to the thing about the coach there, Kurt Miller.
Yeah.
I guess there was something going on. They were kind of arguing about a foul. He was talking to a referee, saying, "Come on, man." I guess one of his gals had, I guess, fouled one of their gals, and he says about this, "Come on, man, she's 300 pounds." Basically saying, "There's no way that my little player could have done anything against her because she's like 300 pounds." Now, let's just pause a second on this. Body shaming any woman, I get that. That's not cool. But remember all the times a male has says that about another male? It's like, come on, man. Charles Barkley had the nickname, the round mound of rebound. Nobody ever called out anybody or coaches saying you're fat shaming, you're da-da-da. It wasn't ever a thing. And so what I'm hearing here, maybe it's because male coach bringing up female athletes weight. And she took exception to it. She corrected him on the Instagram, said, "Hey, listen, I'm 6'8", 235 pounds." And she said, "I just weighed myself, want to make sure I was right and had all the facts." And she said some other things that were entertaining. She says, "But I will never let a man disrespect me ever, 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 especially a little white one." And I was like, okay, that was probably a fair remark from her. But before we get all too bent out of shape, a male coach or a male player could say that about a male, and we all kind of chuckle and laugh and be like, "Yeah, that guy is pretty big." But it's also an appropriate reference. If you had a guy the size of LeBron and you got a guy the size of Chris Paul and they get tangled up like they did the other day, if I were the coach of the Suns, I'd be just like, "Look at him. LeBron's like 300 pounds there versus little Chris Paul. Why are you giving him the foul?" You know what I'm saying? You could see that argument. It's not like he sat there and going, "Hey, fatty, fatty, fatty." He was just saying, "Look at the size of her. Look at the size of this player here." So, you have to be, I guess, conscious that you're talking about ladies, but why is it ladies get to be more sensitive about weight than men? I mean, they can call us gordo. They can call us fatty. They can do whatever they want about us. But we can't ever dare mention the weight of a woman.
Yeah, my opinion on this is my opinion, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I don't see any harm in this. It was in the heat of a athletic competition. I don't think he was trying to make her out to be some a giant Amazon woman that I think he was just trying to make a point. Look, like you said, Jeffrey.
Yeah, size differential.
Look how big she is compared to my player, and you're giving her the foul. I mean, so
he didn't say, "Look at that fat heifer." He said, "Come on, she's 300 pounds." Now he overestimated weight, but the point he was making is she is much bigger than my player.
I'm not sure how he said it, because there could be a case to be made, though, that he was even then over exaggerating. Like, she's 350 pounds of pure muscle, and you're giving her my point guard the foul, whatever. So I don't even know if it necessarily, it doesn't seem like it was intended to be hurtful in the slightest. It was more so in light of trying to make a point and in defense of his own female player.
And he did come out and he did apologize, understanding that words can hurt, but come on. I don't think this was anything that should be in a big uproar about.
The NBA named the guy Big Baby. We call the guy the Refrigerator Perry. We have, made fun little names for men. We could say, "Look at the size of that Bubba. Oh, look at him. He's letting the belly breathe." We say that about the NFL players who are on the line and they pull up their shirt because they're getting hot down there for a minute. And we do all that. So if you want equality, maybe this is not the right story for you. I get it. I don't think it's ever good to fat shame the ladies because I'm a gentleman. But if we're going to talk true equality, this coach was commenting on a size differential between players, and everybody went nuts. So let me get this straight. You're only equal when you want to be equal, but when somebody says anything about your weight, suddenly, how dare you?
Well, I guess let's have an open and honest discussion here. Would any of those nicknames fly nowadays? Would you ever say, hey, Phil Mickelson is out there and he's looking a little chubby, let's call him, hey, Fat Phil's really hitting the tee off today?
Well, I'd probably do some better alliteration than just Fat Phil, but yeah. I mean, even if we did, I don't think Phil would probably put up Instagram and say, I am 195 pounds. I don't think he would. And Cambage's the gal who did the video, she wasn't being like that. She was being strong in her response, which was fine. It was it is fine for that. But I think that we go too far in making this big of a deal. That people need to apologize. You know, he didn't call her a name. He just said, "Hey," I mean, he probably should have said, "Well, she's way bigger than my player." Come on, ref. This is something that you could see any male coach saying about any male player, and I could see a female coach saying this about a female player. But for this to be made into a big deal, I think it hurts the cause of equality more than it helps.
Well, I would agree with that. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not like they were in a restaurant. You gave her a table. Look at her. She's 300 pounds. I'm the one that needs to eat. It wasn't like that.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny, Randy.
Well, I'm making a point here. Is there going to be any food left when she leaves?
Well, yeah, but then the maitre d' goes, who do you think I'm really going to make the money off tonight? You or her? Fair enough, Gunnarsson.
But I think you get my point here. This is something that should not be a huge issue. I mean, look, it was the heat of competition. He apologized. He made it public. She should just accept and move on. This was not meant to be mean-spirited.
Hey, Liz Cambage, if they call you a center, is that offensive? Because that brings into, the point, the size of you.
Well, more so, I think you'd have a better point at a small forward.
No, they call her a center. How dare you call me something that actually is accurate about my size and possible weight? You see what I'm saying? If you're an athlete, people are going to comment on your body. You're tall, you're short. We talk about Kyler Murray being too short. We talk about the height of certain players, and we do also talk about the weight. It's not that we're sitting there fat shaming, especially in this context.
We sometimes do.
Sure we do, but then men don't get upset about it like the ladies do.
I don't know. Albert Hainsworth, when we were talking about him not making the cut and making physicals and stuff, whenever we're talking about Mkem Dichi not cutting weight in the offseason, we're like, wow, you couldn't just lay off the Doritos 1 month.
Did you ever see him come out and say, how dare you call me fat? How dare you? You know what? He's like, yeah, I'm fat.
He just took it and accepted it.
Yeah.
And ate another bag of Doritos.
In our sportscasters, they're going to say when she's under the net, she's a force to be reckoned with. Well, what the hell do you think that means? What does that mean? That she's dainty and tiny, or she's a force to be reckoned with under the hoop? She plays a mean center, and she's a big presence underneath the. That is not. I don't think that is a cut down. That's not a. Fat shaming. That's not a body shaming issue.
And intention, I think, more so than anything else, should come into play here. I don't think it was meant to say, hey, like trying to taunt her out of getting out of her game or anything. It was just more so a statement of fact, trying to plea for a better call.
Fed fan says, well, at least he didn't call her Thunder Thighs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever calling anybody Thunder Thighs.
Yeah, she's not going to let that go, Jeffco.
Senior Wake and Bake says women will remain defended about anything. Ask Phil. Go Suns. Wow. Rico Suave says, you've been here 4 hours. It's all you can eat, not eat all. You've been here for an hour. Baker's Cocky Hen says, yeah, she must have eaten all the endless shrimp right there. Average Joe says Diana Taurasi can play 2 games with a broken sternum, yet the baby takes 2 months off after he stubbed his pinky.
He didn't stub his pinky. He nearly broke his calf in half. The man is a miracle that he's even walking these days. I'm surprised he has a leg.
His hair is a miracle. Good Cat says, I guess the coach was supposed to say, look at her. Come on. She's big bone. No, I think that's probably just as bad. That's probably just as bad.
I think that's almost worse.
Good Cat says, multi-time texter, first-time listener here. Can I please hear the amazing song "Burn in Hell, Lakers"?
Oh my lord!
Burn in hell, Lakers. Burn in hell, Lakers. Shut the hell up, Phil. It's always better when we're in the studio together, though. So, yeah. Large Marge says, is Large Marge offensive?
Well, you're not a woman.
You're not a woman, and I'm guessing your name's not actually Marge. So, yeah.
And you chose it yourself.
Grandpa took me to my first Suns game in 1979, says Large Marge. Got to see this Westfall Davis Adams play. It's second biggest game in a decade, Phil. You phenomenally insensitive clown. Remember 2007? Nash checked in the boards. 93 effing Paxton's 3 triple overtime in 76. Bleep LA! Bleep LA!
All right, if you want to make each and every
Oh,
win.
wait, hold on, Phil. He wanted you to scream that, Randy. Bleep LA!
Randy was about to say it without the bleep. He was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, it's always in all of our minds.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, listen. If you want to make each and every win in the playoffs, if you want to hang a banner for each and every win possible, and just say, "Oh, we're the Suns. We're run the Valley." Way to go. Way to go. Here's a cookie. Enjoy that. We hang up banners up in LA over wins.
You know, if the Suns beat the Lakers in this series, I'm going to bring in a dozen cookies just for you.
Can they be chocolate
Wait,
chip?
can I have some?
Yeah. No. They're my loser.
These are Phil's cookies.
Well, I
I'm going
want
to
some
bring cookies and I'm going to have a little bow on them with a card that says, "I'm so sorry."
Can I get some cookies? I like cookies. Lost Toby says, at the gym yesterday, the trainer was trying to sell me on some stuff. Started with, well, first off, why are you fat? I was just entering her while I weighed myself and checked body fat, but it was in reverse. That guy would have got fired for sure in today's times.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. And hello, and why are you the way that you are? Rotund.
Screaming Eagle says, women are from Venus, men are from Mars. That's why. Okay,
Wow.
what the hell was that? Why?
That's
Why?
that's
Why
a
would you do
screaming
that?
eagle.
Cabana says Suns win 123 to 117. Huh?
Okay.
Thunder Snow says, yes, Jeffrey, your best acting role did win you the ABN. King Kitten says, hey guys, sup? It's time for the best part of the show. Spin the wheel of sports. No, we're out of time. Sorry, King. Sorry about that.
Sup, King?
All right, guys. Baker's Cocky Hens thinks you should make those cookies out of cicadas, Randy.
Could be.
I tried.
Get a handful of them cicadas. Sorry, I couldn't read all your texts, but we'll end with this one. Senior Wake and Bake says, screw you, Phil, and screw LA. See you guys tomorrow. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Well, I started my own restaurant because I love to cook.